we return to the Jester's Barrel, which is a very large, whimsical, cozy tavern in Eldessa, in the Kingdom of Aurora, on the continent of Vayfall, in the world of Solmira. And Myre threw me too hard at the beginning. He said he gave me a compliment.
Really?
Gave me a compliment just before we went live, and I don't start doing that to me every week, because that is going to ruin me.
Listen, you wanted the classic D&D experience, okay? This is part of it.
No,
okay?
it isn't. That's just the critical being Matthew Mercer shouting at him before he does something or whatever they do to him. Yes, you return to pretty much where we picked up. I think we'll say that maybe like an hour or so has passed since we last saw you. That way you can have a short rest if you would like, but you haven't had a long rest. If you would like to have a short rest, you can. So you can do that on these sheets, by the way, by if you look at the top of your sheets, there's a little knife and fork button. That's how you'll do a short rest. I actually don't know what sort of state you guys are in after your fight with the baboons and the weasels. But we'll say about an hour has passed since you came back. You still have the carcasses of the baboons and the weasels, I believe. And
no, we turned them in.
you tried to, and he didn't want them.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, so you actually still have them as items, or Got has them. It's possible that Miranda is.
Turn them into baboon jerky for rations.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, because we're gonna need rations. Because someone
Yeah, Miranda needs
lost
feeding.
the rations.
Yes,
Miranda,
I'll
the
give
sort
you
of
offcuts to
feathered
Miranda.
pterodactyl,
The blonde dragon.
blonde. It's a blonde dinosaur, flying dinosaur type creature, which is sitting on the probably sitting on the roof of the Jester's Barrel. Does need feeding, you know, from time to time. Doesn't have to be right now. I'm just saying, be aware that you must feed
And you
Miranda.
pass Miranda a raptor. I mean, Miranda
What does
a weasel.
Miranda like to
Okay,
eat?
Miranda is just tearing into a weasel on the
Mostly
roof.
desert worms.
So you can mark off one of those weasels. Let's hope that they don't need the carcasses of the baboons and the weasels later on. And you might be thinking to yourself, what could they possibly need it for? And I don't know. I haven't got anything planned because, again, they didn't do anything last week.
What do you mean?
They did not progress my storyline that I worked on. It's not true. There is no storyline yet.
That's right.
But
I'm starting to think he's lying.
what you did do was break a table and have to sort of work for the Jester's Barrel. Take up a little quest, a side quest, in order to pay for the broken table and the mess and the stress of wrecking part of this place. And to pay off that debt, you went and cleared out the Jester's Barrel's warehouse of baboons and weasels, returning, debt forgiven, a further round of drinks purchased by Holwyn, and yeah, 45 minutes to an hour goes by. You know, in terms of short rest, you can have had one, and you sit once again in this pretty comfortable tavern. It's a nice tavern. As far as taverns in the city go, this is really one of the best ones. There's maybe one tavern in the noble quarter that is exceptionally high class, but I think this is probably the next best one in the town. There's dingier places, there are average taverns around, but it's a comfortable place. Everyone in here seems to be pretty normal, pretty relaxed. A varied group of travelers, adventurers, townsfolk. It's a bit busier than usual. The entire city is. In 3 days, it is the King's Silver Jubilee. Currently, it is... yeah, well, you're sitting comfortably in this tavern, nursing the same round, unless you want to mark off more gold and say you had another drink.
No, I'm making my last. A very long time.
I assumed you were. A few people looking around, couple of people catch your eye. The two individuals with the that you sort of vaguely spoke with, having left some time ago. I don't know if you'd recognize anyone else in here. Maybe Ricard would, but what do you guys want to do? What is the plan? What do you do next?
So what are we doing? Are we thinking more adventure? How are we feeling, everyone? Are we drunk?
Absolutely. Listen, I think with our combined skills we have here, we have a great future of fame, fortune, and fucking. So let's get out there and do our best to go and get some jobs. What do you think? I'll lead the way.
I'm not sure about the last.
Okay. I'm not down. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know what he's talking about.
Well,
He's talking about his famous triple Fs.
The famous triple Fs.
Yes.
That everyone
that's
experiences.
What that meant.
Yes.
What about fighting?
Right.
Well, that's all just part of it. It's they're interchangeable.
Right.
Well, I think we kind of need some money, kind of urgently, probably. So maybe we should start with that. The richest. Wait, what was that word you said? Fortune. Fortune. Let's start with
Fucking
fortune.
Fortune.
No,
Yes.
not. Please stop saying that. It's
Fighting.
making me quite uncomfortable.
Right. Okay then. Let's go for
Frightening.
fortune. Let's go for fortune then.
Okay. Well, what's the easiest way to make a lot of money really quickly? Because if we want to go to do adventures and make a name for ourselves, then I guess we need money for supplies, right? And
Right.
so we don't have to camp in the wilderness every night. We can go to taverns
Right.
like this and actually have drinks instead of just the one drink.
Where is the nearest like quest board?
Quest boards would be at the guilds themselves.
Right.
You'd have to go to the nearest guild. I don't think they would be in the taverns.
Let's you know what's lovely about Brad's GMing, everyone?
What's that?
Is that he's given us the resources to find this out for ourselves.
Right, and we still ask. Every time.
Well, I mean, you asked where the quest boards were, not like
Yeah.
where the quests are. But yeah, you do have access to a lot of information in your journal. Here, I can even show the
This
chat.
is just the role play of asking each other.
Yeah, I mean, you
We
wouldn't
don't know this
necessarily
now.
have these quests memorized or anything like that, but you do have, an overview of the different guilds and some of the quests that are available. But yeah, you would never memorize. You'd still need to go to a guild or a quest board and find them.
Yeah, I mean,
Right. Well, which one's closest to us then?
Which guild?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Let's see where you are. I
If
have a
we-
private map.
let's
I have a
say-
private map of the city that I can't share with you because Myre's in the campaign.
Right. And
Um,
if we were to go to a guild that was like, let's say, a monk's guild,
Maps.
and then we did a quest for the monk's guild, do we then level up in monk?
no.
Okay.
If you do training there, then you'd potentially
Got
become
it.
a monk. But you will have done your training at Silverbrook along with our other wizard, and you could technically do any sort of guild training anywhere. But for the most part, if you were the monk class, you probably would have done it at Meliorn's temple, I think it's called, which is where the monks are. If you wanted to be a bard, you would train either with Ebon Quill or Sonantor. If you wanted to be a ranger, you would probably... there's quite a few different guilds you could train with. But there are generic guilds as well, such as Foundation, which is just the all-rounder, the jack-of-all-trades guild. So you could potentially have trained with them as well.
That's probably where we want to go to get a quest, right? Is Foundation.
So Foundation is the sort of global general quest giver. But the two closest ones to you, to answer that question as well. So Foundation is almost in the dead center of town. You're on the far south side of town in the Jester's Barrel, which is on the lake itself. And also you guys should be able to go into, you should be able to see the world map and then come back to whatever page I'm activated for you as well. But again, you don't have a city map. You might do one day. The two closest ones to you, the Jester's Barrel sits sort of the south central merchant district, right, really close to the noble quarter and the palace. Just outside of the windows of the Jester's Barrel is the Lake Celestia, and you can see pretty easily the palace. It can kind of be seen from almost anywhere in the city, but you're pretty close to it. The palace is home to House Celestia, which is the guild that represents the palace here, and the aristocracy and the monarchy. So you would be working potentially for the royal family, essentially, and the interests of the royal family. House Celestia is close to you. The next closest, these two are equidistant, is the Healers Guild. The Healers Guild is sort of in the dead center of the merchant district, a little north of where you are. So those two are the closest to where you are. Healers Guild and House Celestia.
Yeah, so I would turn to the group and say, well, House Celestia is quite nearby.
No,
You know.
That's a terrible idea, actually. They're really, really, really bad quests. And
What do you mean?
I'm sorry,
there
hold
is,
on.
like, really, really stuck up, so I think we
How
should
long
pick,
have you
like,
been in
anywhere
this
else.
city?
Long enough to know enough about House Celestia.
Well, that's not an answer to the question at all, my dear.
Well, you
what
don't
are you
need...
trying to say?
I'm trying to say we should go anywhere else. Just not House Celestia. Trust me. Look, would I lie to you?
They have the most money.
Well, yeah, but they still pay the same amount for all the quests. I'm
That's
bluffing.
not necessarily true.
Well, have you taken a quest from them before?
That is, yes, I have. In fact,
I don't believe you. I think you're lying. Can I do an insight check? I want to see who's lying.
Yeah, why not? Let's do a contested roll. Let me see if I can do this on here though, because I'm curious about how to do this without having your tokens. Maybe I can't. This is what I was curious about. All right, let me see if I can just drag your tokens in. Oh yeah, okay, that's how you do it. So you want to do an insight check, and this would be against
deception, or I guess it depends if it's deception.
yeah. What do you want to roll to counter it?
well, if I tell you what I want to roll, won't that give away if I'm lying or not?
It's
Should I
going to be
just roll
charisma. Then.
charisma?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. That's why I'm asking you. You tell me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so yeah, you should be able to roll in the thing there. She got a 21.
That's a pretty good roll.
Where's my custom dice? Oh,
14. Yeah, you asked what again exactly?
have
I've
you
taken a
ever even
quest?
taken a quest from House Celestia?
Yes. So it's
You
not
know,
okay.
it's not lying.
Okay. Well, regardless, they're not. Let's go anywhere else. Like the Healers Guild, that seems more our speed anyway. I mean, we were
Healers
struggling
Guild.
with. Yeah, they're really nice. You know, you collect flowers and medicines and things like that. And
That's so
Why do we like
boring.
the
If we're
Celestia?
not
What do you
going to
mean?
House Celestia, then let's just go to Foundation.
okay, well that's fine. Yeah,
It's in
Foundation,
the
yeah.
center of the city. It'll take us a while to get there, but they have the most varied quests. I'm sure we can find something worth our time.
Okay.
As you two are talking, Dot is looking left and right following the conversation. And every single time a speaker changes, his face looks even more and more pissed off.
Oh.
No.
I slap Gott on the shoulder and say, "Let's go, Gott! Onward!"
What's his problem? I whisper
Hmm?
to Ricard.
Oh, there's nothing wrong. That's just how he looks. Does he look different?
I don't know. He just looks like maybe there'll be another table breaking very soon if we don't
What
get
are you
out of here.
saying?
He's always like that. It's
I
just
don't
who he
know.
is. Stop judging him.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I didn't mean to judge. Just, you know, it's kind of scary when he does that thing where he stares at you intently through your soul.
He's always
I-
doing that, though. Well, I'm sorry. What? Are you just noticing this now?
I guess
You never looked
so.
at him before.
I try not to. It's quite hard to look all the way up there.
Are we going?
Yes,
Yes,
we're
God,
going.
we're coming.
Yep.
Uh,
Alright, gotta.
Okay.
Hey, I got this round, you guys, and you guys will get the next one, right? Is it how it's going?
We'll get us all more money. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
What's your
you know
name
what?
again?
I'll take the next round when we finish the next quest.
But you say you get this one?
On the next
We're
one.
leaving
Yeah, you
right now.
Next
pay
one.
Come
for
on.
this one, maybe.
Okay, well, I
New
gotta
guy.
clear the tab, though. I can't quite let.
Got. Do you know what your passive perception is?
Where is it on this sheet?
I actually can't remember. I feel like we worked it out and then forgot where it was. Forgot.
You forgot.
If I bring your token onto the sheet, I can see it actually. I think it's 14. Does that sound right?
Sure.
How do you work out passive perception? Is it just wisdom plus proficiency, I wonder?
In this new D&D,
Okay, I thought you were going somewhere with it. I thought you were going to actually
He's
say
asking
more words.
ChatGPT. Give him a second.
it's 10 plus the wisdom modifier.
Oh, it's 10 plus whiz modifier.
Oh, God.
So yours would be 12.
And proficiency, if proficient in
And
perception.
proficiency. Oh, if you're proficient in perception, which you are. Okay.
Yes.
So really, it's plus perception,
Yeah, it's just
And
plus
plus
perception.
I guess.
Right.
Unless you have expertise. Yeah. Or jack of all trades.
14.
14. You are from the fringe.
Yes.
And are you dressed particularly differently than city folk? How are you dressed compared to most of these guys? These guys, I imagine, are in like, classic tunics and travelers' clothes, and varying people in here in like dresses and noble wear.
I am dressed for survival. I'm covered in light linens and leathers. Nothing is fashionable. Everything functional.
And would it mean anything to you if there were somebody else dressed like you looking at you?
No, I think they're dressed sensibly in this place. Looking at me, though, why? I look back.
As you guys are all getting up to leave, there is sort of an individual who's sitting maybe towards the darker, gloomier side of the room, wearing clothing that looks like it would better fit within the wilds of the fringe. Sort of a leather hide vest, like thick traveler's trousers and boots, but he's got like several daggers that line his belt. He's got short brown hair that's in a kind of a buzz cut, elven ears, and he's wearing sort of tinted artificer's goggles over his eyes. But you get the feeling that he's been watching you a little while. Got on a 14, your passive perception. And when you guys all stand up to leave, that's, I think, when you pick up on the fact that he kind of watches your...
I approach his table and slap my hand on his desk and go, "What do you want?"
Oh, no.
Oh,
All
no.
right, first of all, give me an athletics check, so I want to see if you break another table.
I don't know my own strength.
Oh no, another table.
A 10.
A 10, yeah. You rattle the table. A few people kind of around look up at you, and
What is he doing?
yeah.
Sorry, God.
What, you
No.
prance over?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I prance over and try to immediately diffuse the situation. Oh, God, what's my good friend? What's going on over here? And I'm like patting him.
This individual was looking at me.
Yes, Scott, sometimes people look at other people.
What does he want?
Hello. Hello, pleased to meet you. My name is Rickard.
The
Do you issue a challenge?
the elf holds his hands up, and his arms are bare, like he's just wearing literally just a vest, and his arms are out. You can see that they're like covered in tattoos and markings. A couple of them are like animals. Notably, there's a couple that are like a bear that stand out. He says, "Whoa. No problem here." Again, he's got these like artificer's goggles on over his eyes, so it's kind of hard to see which one of you's looking up. Okay. But he's looking up at all of you guys, and he smiles and he says, "Just figured that you were from my neck of the woods. That's all."
There are no woods where I am from.
Precisely.
Oh, are you two friends? Do you know each other?
Have we ever met? They call me 10 Cuts.
10
I have
Cuts.
never seen this person in my life.
Oh. Well,
So-
it's always an excellent time to meet new people, Gart. Garty, this is 10 Cuts. 10 Cuts, this is Garty.
What do you want from us?
Nothing at all. Just thought maybe you were, less civilized than the rest of this lot.
Oh, he is, I assure you.
I see that.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm plenty civil. Plenty civil! I set the table.
Yes, Gart, yes, you are, and I'm comforted. I'm patting him on the shoulder. Yes, Gart, of course you are. You're very civil.
I too am not used to the big city. He smiles at you all.
Well, are you asking us to show you around? We were just going to walk to the center of the city.
What's in the center of the city?
The middle.
Smart
Well,
too.
we're going to Foundation to check the quest board.
Ah, adventurers, is it?
Yes, of course. Can't you
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Makes sense now. Kind of looks you up and down the group of
Who's
you.
this? Hi, I'm Owen.
tell? This is 10 Cats, our new friend.
10 Cuts.
Hi, are you joining us?
No.
Oh,
But, adventurers, is it? Maybe our kids,
Yes.
specializing in what?
Oh, we do all
everything.
sorts. We can handle pretty
Yeah.
much anything. That's right. Exactly.
Anything?
yeah, adventure.
What about a
answer,
dragon?
no.
No
Eventually.
problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
I don't. Can we do that right now? Can we?
Probably not, but
He's new. Don't
If
worry
a
about
dragon
him.
shows
I
up
pat
at
him
this
on the head.
doorstep, we will deal with it.
Exactly, Gart. That's the kind of spirit we need in this group.
That's right. Who was that other guy who didn't have the confidence about the dragon? Who would say that?
Right.
Not me.
So, let's say I need a dragon slain. How would you
What
do
kind
it?
of dragon?
Big dragon, powerful. Father of all the other dragons.
Sound
Ancient-
like a main quest.
ancient
I don't
bloodline.
know.
Father, you want the father of all dragons slain, 10 Cats? I look him up and down. Pardon me, but I don't think you have the means to pay for such a task.
He smiles widely. Well, suppose then I won't get the job done, will I? What a shame.
I suppose not.
No.
Well, guess I'll just pack my things.
Well, hold on. Team meeting. As I
What?
turn around
team.
and I wave everyone to get
Is
closer.
he allowed to
me.
call those?
Team meeting, please. guy.
I guess
said
he just
please.
invented
We
them.
all are we all do we
Everyone
do we
crouching.
kneel down?
Everyone
Yeah,
crouching.
I do. I'm already hunkered down next to Holwyn anyway, sort of like behind Got, trying to like stay
Very
out of the.
kind. So
I kneel down.
don't-
Does Gart kneel down is
Does
the
Gart kneel?
question. Or is he
No.
standing his
Yeah.
loincloth is the only
He's the
thing
scout.
involved in this conversation.
He's scouting.
Okay.
I've been like 45 degrees and my face is 2 inches from this person. What do you want?
God, please don't kill anyone. Hold on.
Hold on,
Don't
guys.
break any tables, please.
I don't trust this guy.
I mean,
He's leaving. Why are you telling us this now?
Oh, I guess I'm late. Never mind. Okay.
I
Never
thought
mind.
you wanted to
Meeting-
kill a
meeting
dragon.
adjourned.
well, wait.
Meeting adjourned. What?
No,
What?
don't adjourn. What? I mean,
Okay.
what if he's useful? What if, maybe he's good at killing dragons, and maybe we should get a business card so that maybe down the line we can call on him for help, like a
We can
mercenary.
undercut his
Look at him.
services.
No, Howlin.
Oh.
Really?
I'm trying to. How are we going to make money? We're all really wondering about
What-
how we're going to make money, and I'm
Well,
figuring that we can.
Don't worry, I have a
undercut
plan
services
for
and get-
money. But are you saying you want to try and kill a dragon?
No, I'm saying
Because
if he's
I think
the kind
that's
of person.
absolutely insane.
Well, good, because it is insane. Do we
Yes.
look like the kind of people who kill dragons?
Well, I think we can do it.
Sorry. Do we look like the kind of? No, you don't even. You would just turn yourself into a tiny dragon or something, and then just pretend to
Exactly.
be its baby, and then just play the long game over years
Exactly.
and years and years
could
until he falls in
poison
love
him.
with you because you're its baby, and then eventually
good
you'll
idea.
bite it somewhere you shouldn't bite it, and it'll have an infection, and then it'll die. But we don't have 20 years for that kind of plan to work.
I do.
Well, it might be worth it. But anyways, I think I could get it done in 10. And let's end this meeting then, shall we?
All right.
All right.
Team meeting
And I
adjourned.
put all right.
Oh, I'm
yes.
sorry. Oh, never mind.
And I go back to I go back to 10 cuts and say, we've discussed it, 10 cuts, and we'd like to know exactly what you mean about killing a dragon.
Meanwhile, my face is unlike the table, because I can't on my tippy toes.
10 Cuts lifts his boots up onto the table and sort of
Okay.
grabs his tankard and looks into the bottom of it. It's getting a little empty, and he says, well, how do you feel about killing something ancient and important, getting your hands dirty, getting paid a lot?
How important?
Well, an ancient dragon is pretty important, right? I'd say.
Is it like the kind of dragon that's destroying villages? Are we going to be celebrated and statues made in our honor if we kill it?
Yeah.
Possibly. It's
This is
certainly a
exactly what I
dragon
was
that
talking
is
about.
destroying villages. In fact, I'd say this is more of a vengeance quest than anything.
Huh.
What quest?
Dragon hunting.
Yeah, I don't know. Vengeance doesn't really usually go well. It kind of makes you sloppy from all the books that I read anyway.
Well, it's
Are
vengeance
you sure
on
it's
my
a
behalf.
dragon? Is it a wyvern? Because I know people get those confused sometimes, and that's kind of important.
You guys want to make me some history checks?
Yeah. Oh, I'm good at those.
A 12.
Never mind. No one.
Pretty
For a
good at
7.
those.
Natural 1 for a 7. Okay.
I knew it as soon as I said I'm
A
good at
12.
those.
I don't remember
Cursed.
where the hell anything is. Oh, here it is.
Wow.
An 8.
8.
Holwyn, please. Holwyn,
Here I
you can
go.
save us. No.
We can't tell what it is. It's
Wow.
white on white.
5, I think.
What I roll?
Yeah.
What did I roll?
6 total. So, Got is the only person who has some sort of idea of this. So dragons haven't really been seen on Vayfall in a long time. It's been hundreds and hundreds of years since anybody really claimed to have seen any dragons. Every now and then, ships that come to the continent claim to have seen dragons flying, and you know that elsewhere on Selmira there are plenty of dragons. There are dragon riders in the continent of Theolis, but here on Vayfall they're exceptionally rare, unbelievably rare.
You brought up a continent. I thought we did not know about the outside world.
You know about the outside world.
Okay. There are no dragons here on this continent. If you want a quest for us, it has to be feasible. You insult us!
Fair enough. Should have known a wild man like yourself would know about the succinct lack of dragons. To be honest, pretty common knowledge. Glances over to the other three as well. Hence why I was using dragon as a sort of pseudonym. Pseudo-dragon, never mind. Yeah, we're not talking about a dragon, but it isn't really information I can divulge to you until maybe you take the quest. But let's say
what
it's
guild do you represent, sir?
Yeah, what guild do you represent?
You only
he,
take guild quests?
Only take guild quests, unless you could verify or validate our quest to the guild.
well, that can be arranged. Yeah. I overheard that you needed money.
I mean, he's not wrong. We kind of do need money. That was kind of the...
And I need adventure.
Team meeting! Another team meeting!
Yes, gather round for a team meeting.
I block my eyesight from Got's loincloth because I just don't want to be staring it in the eye.
God, keep Overwatch for us, please. Thank you.
It's flapping in the wind.
Yeah.
Don't
The
look because
smell
it'll be
every now and
staring
then.
back.
We should roll a
From the
dice at the
table.
beginning of every session to determine whether Got has a full testicle on view.
Oh, I can feel a
Got,
breeze.
tuck in! Got, tuck in! Got, tuck in!
Must have been the wind.
Got's lunch is showing again.
It's like Milton's Cradle down here. Okay, so, wait, I have coin.
Well, how much coin?
Yes. Wait, what do we need coin for?
Okay, watch my back. As I,
No, wait
and
a second.
What are you
Slide
going
my-
to do?
I slide my backpack off. I slide my backpack off of my back, and I scoot it around to the front, and then I undo the front. Somehow it's like it's like a belly bag, and I'm opening it, and I'm reaching through, and I move a dagger. Hold on to this, and then I put it in just 1 second, and then
I'm
I
holding
start
the dagger.
counting coins.
I'm holding the dagger.
Okay, you're holding.
You
Fine.
both hold my dagger, and then I
I don't think we
got
can.
50. No, you can. No, you can't. You can't. I'm from the south. So this is I've got 51. There's 20, 30 plus. I've got 51 gold and 89 silver.
What do you plan on doing with that?
Living.
Well, I mean, that's gonna last us maybe
Right.
a week.
Okay.
Are you
No, I
are you
mean, like,
saying
we
you
could-
don't want to do this because you?
This is like an investment. I'm investing in us. Adventuring.
What are you? I'm sorry. What is the money? What investment is the money going towards? Food?
Us? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, like we can go and do quests and stuff and become heroes.
That's what we're. Yes, that's. This could be the quest that makes us heroes.
I
Okay,
know,
but
but I'm
this-
saying don't we need money as a motivator? I've got money for a bit.
Well, I
And
mean,
you're all my
if
friends.
we
so
get
I
some
don't mind
renown.
spending like it's friends. That's what friends do.
This guy's kind of shady, you know. I mean,
Wait, we don't have to take his one. We don't take his one. I don't
well,
trust
yeah,
him.
but what if it's like, what if we make really good connections? Because you know, all of the good quests come from the connections in the guild.
networking?
You know what it's like? Well, yeah, because you know, they save all the good ones with all of
If
the
we
money
accept,
for their
do we have
friends.
to do it?
We'll look up at him.
Look up at the
If we
guy.
accept a quest, do we have to to it?
Oh, you're just saying this to him and you're like a foot away. His boots are up on the table looking at you all like right next to his table. You're all huddled around on the ground. A server's like trying to get around you with 2 plates, you know, and you're like right in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, it's like a bunch
In
of
like a perfect circle.
I was asking you as the DM, like, is there a rule in place where if you accept a quest, you must complete it, or the King's Guard?
Yeah,
find
no,
you?
not really. No, you just you know,
I love that. That's a fun little house rule.
you would have to probably inform them at some point that you're not going to complete the quest. You just simply wouldn't get the rewards, you know, the XP, the gold, or any additional rewards that you would normally get. I think if you take one and then just never do it, they would just assume that you were dead, or eventually, because you can build relationships with the guilds, so it might just be that guild sort of dislikes you, or if it might affect how much XP you can earn from them in the future, that kind of thing. But there isn't a contract like that, unless you know that specifically they say, you know, you have to do this,
Right?
And it's part of the
We'll
quest.
kill you.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Then I would look up and say, if we take the quest and we aren't able to complete it, what happens then?
Yeah.
You'll complete it.
Well, I believe we will. I have every confidence. Look at us.
So do I.
What do you all think?
What does this quest, in quotation marks, does it involve hurting people or doing things that are illegal? Or I don't want to be on the wrong side of the law, okay?
Are you asking him? I can't tell whether you're still huddled or not.
We're huddled.
Okay.
I'm
So you're not
processing
asking, are you
flavor.
asking?
No, I'm
I'm sure
asking
it'll be fine.
What do you
I'm sure
mean
it'll be
you're sure
fine.
it'll be... What?
Do you think a
just how
complete
you live all of
stranger
your
would just
life?
walk? Okay, I'm sorry. Do you think a complete stranger would just walk up to us in the middle of a tavern and say, hey, do you want to break the law? Hey, let's go rob a bank, you that I've just met today. Nobody does that.
I really hope you're still crouching and you're having this entire drink.
Keep your voice down.
Yes,
he
I
says.
am.
Speaking of which, let me roll a d20. Let's see. Who do we have in the tavern today? A 6. Never mind. He doesn't hear you.
All I'm saying is it would be very convenient if, you know, you find a group of idiots to go and do a quest for you just so they could be the fall guys.
Okay, you think we're idiots? Come now, we're very capable.
definitely kind of look like maybe a bunch of misfits. I mean, he's already
Really?
almost broken 2 tables in here.
Excuse
I see
me.
pointing up.
I look down.
Have we got the carcasses scattered around us? So.
around us.
I just
Things.
pointed
We're
Leah
very
and looked down at
respectable.
them.
Look at us. And I'm pointing at you and me. Like, look at us. Come now. You really think that we would do something like that? I think it's fine. Let's find out exactly what he wants.
Okay. Oh, but if it's illegal, I'm running. I'm running.
Immediately? Running immediately?
Well,
Without us,
eventually.
you
Illegal
just
and you're out.
abandon us.
We agree.
I don't want to get arrested.
Well, none of it. We're not going to get arrested, please. Do you know how many times they've tried to arrest me? Always talk my way out of it.
Mean?
Yeah,
What are you
mean,
doing?
what I
You're
mean?
getting arrested.
Drunken
Do you
disorder,
disguise as a
public
guard and
exposure,
walk the
the
other way?
standard things.
Yeah.
There's nothing standard about almost being arrested frequently, I'm afraid.
I tire of this talk.
So do I.
Okay.
You there?
He's just looking
10
at you all.
cats.
Yes.
How far away were we when we were doing this, guys? Like, actually, I
We're
don't
right
think we
next
were
to him.
that far. Yeah,
Right next to him.
We were right next to
I
him.
turn around
And we have not been quiet. We have been pretty
No,
loud.
I think he heard most of what we said.
100%.
100%. I don't expect him to not have heard it.
All right. We're interested.
Great. That sounds great.
Our interest is piqued.
What?
Our interest is piqued.
Oh, I
He
thought you
said
said
peaked,
I
not
thought you said I
peed.
needed to pee.
I got it. I could though.
No, not now.
I'm not.
He
I'm
can
not,
pee on
I'm not
command.
sure- I'm not.
One of our many skills.
I'm not showing off. I'm not saying I could. I'm just saying I. Anyway, go on. My interest is big.
Right. Well, grab a stool. Huddle round.
Finally.
I drag one across the.
Sit down on a stool, gingerly, afraid.
I sit down as well. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, I've got a couple of questions for you first.
Okay.
First one, how many people have you killed?
What? What kind of question is
I
that?
swear, if you ask us how many undead we've killed after this, I'm gonna lose it.
0. None.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
none.
0, 0.
I am not here
and
to brag.
0. And what about
The
you?
baboons count.
They're not people.
Not really
They're
people,
people.
no. But I polymorphed.
No.
What about the
Does
gnome?
accident? What about accidents? Do accidents count?
Sure. Let's go with.
Yes.
How
Then
many?
1.
Okay. Here we go.
We've already killed someone.
I would like to
Yeah.
look to see if he is an undercover cop. He's asking us questions from it.
Yeah, give me an insight
Where's your
check.
leather seal?
Inside.
The seal made of leather.
15.
What would give this guy away as an undercover cop for you, to be fair? You haven't spent much time in this city, so I don't know if you know how Eldessa works. They have a city watch, and they have a sort of military, and they have palatial military as well. But what are you looking for?
Body language.
Body language. Okay. What body language? Would suggest that this was a city guard.
Is his body language coppish, Brad?
That's what I
You know
mean. Yeah.
we're getting at.
What is Got looking? I don't know what Got's idea of body language for whether this would be a city watchman undercover would be.
What's his haircut like? Is it high and tight?
It's a buzz cut. It's kind of military looking.
For me, it would be in the way he looks at us. Where he's looking, why. I think that a peacekeeper would know how to assuage threats by looking for specific things. Also, I'm looking to see if, I don't know, does he have binds, bonds, manacles?
No. This looks like a guy that you would probably more likely find.
The fringes.
Yeah, out in the fringes. The sort of dialect he's speaking with, not necessarily just the fact that I'm putting on sort of a Londonish accent, but just maybe in the way that he's speaking common that's translating to you, suggests that he's legitimately from the fringe. Just an inflection to certain words and here and there. You get the sense that he's probably quite travelled, but that he is almost certainly not from the city. His tattoos and stuff, a couple of them you might recognize. Give me a religion check with advantage.
Religion.
5.
5.
A couple of his tattoos seem like maybe that he sort of belongs to fringe-based religions, like the ways of Stone and Root, the old ways of Stone and Root. He's got like a fang. He's got like a part of his tattoo is like a river winding around his arm. There's bears and animals and stuff all across his arm that I think sort of suggests that he's genuinely a fringeman.
Is your
the-
dragon a man?
What?
You said you want us to kill a dragon. Now you ask us if we've killed any men.
The dragon
I-
is not a
Dragon
man.
man.
No. And for the record, this is a setting where dragons don't turn into people, you know, like they can do in Forgotten Realms.
Right.
They're just big
I s-
dragons. They don't even talk.
I stand up and I go behind our new guy. I go behind the new guy and I start like massaging his shoulders and I look over at Ten Cuts and I say, you see this man right here? This is a natural born killer. All right? You need someone dead. Boom. Right here. He can do it. No problem. He can do it with both his hands tied behind his back, blindfold
What
on.
are you saying?
What are you saying?
Now give him a nasty look. And I would like to also give him a nasty, and I'm going to try to intimidate him.
I'm inching away from the both of them.
Holwyn, give me an intimidation check. You would have disadvantage on this, but you can have. It can just be a flat intimidation check.
Because I'm that scary. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe you'll get a natural 20.
Who knows? My roller is not showing anything.
19. Refresh if it ain't
Okay.
coming up.
I believe
You rolled a 19.
Maybe.
Holy
It's
shit.
it's pretty intimidating. There's something about Holwyn in this moment. Maybe Holwyn is actually thinking about this accidental kill that he seems to have racked up somewhere along the way, where there's a sort of it is nothing to do with Rickard. It is entirely, there's something in Holwyn's eyes that flashes that Ten Cuts kind of responds to. While he doesn't seem intimidated necessarily, he does respond to it and he says, all right, yeah, an accidental natural born killer. Not disputing
right.
it. And also, maybe keep your voice down. He glances like and kind of
We don't
nods
care.
behind you. There's a guy who is sat in the city watchman outfit in this tavern, you know, just
Oh,
sitting.
shit.
He looks like he's off duty,
How
like
close is he?
the thing is undone, but there is at least one guy sat on a table with two other men who might be in just like civvy clothes, but at least one city watchman who is just kind of sitting, enjoying his drink. A sort of a human, maybe in his 40s, just looks like a gruff city watch guard.
He's got a baseball
I
cap
look-
backwards and a puffy vest.
That's right.
You're like, he's definitely not.
He's got those wraparound sunglasses.
Yeah.
Totally.
I look over at him and then I look back and say, you think I didn't notice that? Of course I'm lying. I did not notice that at all.
Yeah,
100%
the
no
city
idea.
watchman has not seen or heard you. It was what I rolled for earlier on. And by the way, the city watch here, they don't look too dissimilar to sort of they're almost like London bobbies. You know, they have that custodian helmet, but they wear it's kind of a blue-green, almost a turquoisey color uniform with white and silver parts to it. Custodian helmet, that bobby's hat. They have cloaks and they usually have a thick belt that's got all these pouches on it, these big boots. They normally have a truncheon or a sword and shield and stuff, and they're pretty effective at what they do, but they are separate from the legitimate military that move around as well. But yeah, there is a city watchman in here, and you're sort of shouting about robbing banks and killing people. And Ten Cuts says, "Yeah, keep your voice down
Did he
and sit
say
down."
robbing banks?
Yeah, Ricard
No, he's
did.
killing people.
Yeah.
I
He
did.
did when you were in the
he
huddle
said
and
that.
shouted it.
And
One more man, some
you
horses.
talked about every time you got
I
out
shouted
of
it at
jail.
the top of my lungs.
yeah.
I said, are you being ridiculous? Robbing banks. All right.
But yeah, he
Well,
doesn't
then
seem
I'm-
like an off-duty copper to you, and he does seem to be kind of, quote-unquote, intimidated by Holwyn. He says, "I don't know who you're trying to convince. It's fine. Look, sit down. I've got work.
All right.
Yeah, I'm already saying.
I
I've just
sit
got a few
down
questions.
very
'Cause,
casually.
Can't be too careful." Next
Right.
question. How do you feel about keeping everything you do a secret for the rest of your natural born lives?
That's fine.
easy.
Why?
Well, this job is very well paid, but
Wait,
it's a cards close to your chest type endeavor.
I do not
Wait,
play
what?
cards.
He doesn't play cards.
you said there would be renown. Like, people would be very glad to see us after we do this. How is that gonna work?
Yeah, I mean, I can fill out your little book or whatever.
I give a very suspicious
So
look.
people will know that we've completed the quest, but we're not allowed to tell people we've completed the quest.
I
Well-
like this. This sounds
Not understanding.
evil.
Look, we'll fill out the book, okay? It's just that it might say, delivered a barrel of pork to the butcher rather than what you actually did.
Are we gonna need disguises?
Entirely up to you. I don't care how you do the job.
What does this have to do with killing a dragon?
Yeah.
What does pork have to do with dragons?
You slam your fist on the table.
There's no
I
dragon.
slam my fist on the table.
There's no dragons.
Yeah, the dragon is sort of a metaphor, really.
I don't know what you're
Yes,
trying to say to me.
Sort of symbolic.
Sorry.
I think what this gentleman is trying to offer us is an opportunity to make a lot of money with no renown whatsoever.
Is there
And I'm not
combat
sure we're
involved?
interested in that.
Well,
What?
we do want money. We did say we want money.
We do
However,
want
we
Don't
money.
need it.
We do need it. 50 gold isn't gonna get us anywhere. We need
I
thousands.
said I told you that in confidence. I counted my money in front of you in
You
confidence.
guys have only got 15 gold. What'd you spend it on?
Yep,
It was
only 15.
Only 15.
Oh yeah, 15. That should. Oh.
You have done, bountiful quests before, right?
Arrow full of quests.
Bountiful. You said that you were
Bountiful,
adventurers.
Yeah,
You've been doing this a while.
Sure. We've done all of that.
Where were you
Trying
trained?
to be our adventurers.
We've done quests.
Where were you
Let me
trained?
just
Who
roll.
trained where?
Okay, I'm gonna just roll it.
We trained
Um,
all over the place.
I trained at Silverbrook. Look, here's my certificate.
Nice.
And
I also trained
I
at
wave it
Silverbrook.
vaguely.
I have no fancy paper.
And let me just roll a book
Okay.
thing here.
Well, don't you normally get a fancy bit of paper or a piece of bark or something with your name on it? A stone.
We don't really recommend you carry them around with you.
Nailed it.
I think as this conversation goes back and forth, you hear God's teeth start to grind.
Wow.
All right. So we got 2 mages. That'd be useful. What about you? It says to you, Ricard.
Well, I trained at the Ebon Quill, of course.
What the fuck is that? Is that a guild?
Yeah,
Yes.
where is that? Is that a
Sorry,
real
you-
place?
I'm sorry. You don't know what the Ebon Quill is? I am shouting this.
What do I know about the Ebon Quill?
The Ebon Quill. The Ebon Quill is extremely famous for 2 reasons. One, it is the sort of performers guild. Not only does it sort of train predominantly sort of the bard class, but it would potentially train other classes depending on how you approached training here. But it's a guild for sort of performers, playwrights, like historians, chroniclers. So you don't
Theater nerds.
theater. It is theater
Exactly.
nerd thing, but they also have a huge amphitheater in this city where performances are put on, and they have
In this city?
they have a couple of there's one in New Runenstein in Felsenhort as well. So they have 2
Yeah, I've heard of them.
pretty big sites that where plays and stuff are put on. The Ebon Quill, it's sort of the equivalent to like Shakespeare's.
Right.
It's Shakespeare's
The
guild,
Globe.
but they have like the Globe
Shakespeare's
here,
Guild.
which is a big, partially covered amphitheater. Very famous, very cultured, and would be strange for someone not to really have heard of them. But this is a bit like the equivalent of if we were in an actual pub and you sort of just meet a West Ham fan. And you're like, have you ever heard of Dungeons and Dragons? And they're like, what the fuck is that? You know, you get that sense off of him. You get the sense that he recognizes the name Eben Quill, but didn't realize it was a guild. Just kind of thought maybe it was an amphitheater.
Like me with most words.
Yeah. He sort of says, yeah, I mean, yeah, so what do you do then?
Oh, God. I can do whatever needs be done. If it's a silver tongue, I've got you. If it's a beautiful ballad, I'm there for you.
Arm wrestle
if it's
him.
support you need.
He points at Got and says, arm wrestle him.
I should get out of the way for this.
I wouldn't need to arm wrestle Gott. I could get his arm on the table through other means.
Okay.
Are you challenging me?
I think he is.
No, Gott, I'm not challenging you. Calm down. I'm trying to make a point.
He thinks he can get your arm on the table.
That sounds to me like a challenge.
Yeah.
Do you challenge me?
Gott?
I'd
What?
love to see this.
We should probably clear the table and move
No,
the table.
please, we can't break another table. We cannot afford to fix this.
Gott, you don't want to do this. Come now. Let's be reasonable.
What do I not want to do?
We don't want to arm wrestle here.
You are not issuing a challenge.
I don't need to issue a challenge with you, Gott. We're friends. If I asked you to put your hand on the table, you'd do that, wouldn't you?
I stare at him.
I like his energy, though.
Gott, would you be a dear and put your hand on the table for me?
My hand is already
Palm
on
up.
the table.
Palm
palm up?
please. Yes?
Why is he so angry about everything?
I think it's
He's
surprise.
not angry. It's just who he is. Leave him alone. You
Okay.
poor Gotty alone, and I pat Gott on the
I just-
shoulder.
my ear closest to him hurts.
I do not see why this is necessary. And my palm is up on the table.
I slap my hand down on his palm. There.
I try and grab his
Done.
hand.
Is this an athletics check?
Yeah, both of you can give me dex checks.
Oh, dex
Straight
checks.
dex.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're lucky I made a C roll of 8.
17.
So I try and grab his hand as he touches mine, and I think he's too fast. But as you can see, as I let go of my own hand, I draw blood from my palm.
10 Cuts
Yes,
watches this with a large grin on his face.
What the hell just happened?
You see? There are other ways to get the job done. 10 cuts.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Okay, Silver Tongue. And you, I'm guessing, were trained Primal Lodge.
Hmm.
You ever been to
Yes.
the Primal Lodge? Yeah. Okay.
What do you think?
I think yes. Okay. I don't know if you lot have got the nuts to do what I need done. So if you really want to be in on
I'm
this,
looking at the nuts that you need to get done, because they're right here. God.
now you can just do it for money if you want.
I have no nuts on me!
You really only got 15 gold.
Well, we could use the money, but I promised everyone fame, as well as fortune, and something else that some of us aren't interested in, but that's neither here nor there.
This will make you the most famous people in the land. If you want it to.
Very well, then. This sounds
Wait,
great. I don't see the
famous
downside, everyone.
Or infamous.
What's the
Because people get
difference?
those things confused as well.
Yeah, maybe you're dyslexic.
I ain't never been
Well-
to an academy or an ebon quill, so I don't know the difference between the two.
Are my parents gonna be proud of me when they hear I did this?
I don't know your
I
parents.
look genuinely terrified.
Of course they
Hear it
are.
first, and then maybe go, yeah, no, thanks, and then no harm, no foul.
No,
Okay, so it's a yes before, no matter what.
that's right. But I will
Wait,
give
so-
you 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold.
1,000 gold?
Wow.
I don't
That
see how
is-
we can say no at this point, everyone.
That is
1,000
a
gold?
lot of
What's the
money.
average quest out there offering gold-wise?
Nowhere near.
Like 50 gold or something?
It's about 50 to 100 max.
Okay.
Can I make a whatever
That's
this
like
thing is? I wanna
that's
try
like
to
a
see if
month's
he's
worth
lying.
of work.
Oh, well, that means we can be
Insane.
picky in future jobs as well because we won't be desperate.
Exactly. So the
How
next
long
job
does
we
it
can do
take
can
to
be
get to the city center?
And to get to the city centre, half an hour.
What the
Yes.
hell?
Will he still be here in half an hour?
I'm rolling like
We
crazy.
could check the
You
quest
don't know
board
that.
and come back.
you asking
Maybe
him.
kill him.
You
No,
say
it's
that
just
out
me
loud.
thinking and talking
Yeah,
to GM.
Are you saying maybe we kill him in a half an hour out loud?
I kind
I'm
of like that
talking to
idea.
the
You
GM.
should say that out loud.
Have you ever killed a man? I'm about to.
I rolled a 20 for, that's a dirty 20 for insight when he says I've got 1,000 gold or I'm going to give you 1,000 gold. And I was like, what?
Okay.
Okay.
He is telling the truth
Okay,
as far as you can make out.
okay. I believe him. He's good for it. I think. I don't know. I just met the guy. But it looks like he could be good for it.
What happens if we fail?
I don't think you can fail.
What do we think, guy? What do we think?
Well,
Yeah?
Look, it's 1,000 gold. I think it's
almost
a
like
great
too
idea.
much. I'm like, what are we going to do? How are we going to carry that much gold? That's a lot of...
No, we'll spend it all immediately. I mean, spend some of it right away. I mean, look at you.
And
You could
carry the
probably
rest?
use some new. What kind of clothing are you wearing?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm wearing a patchy, like, my shirt is too big, definitely size for a human. I have a vest that barely fits me. It's a little
Uh-huh.
bit bigger, but it is patchy, and has holes all ratted into it. And I've
Yeah,
got
so
two
I
matching gloves.
look you up and down and say, well, we'll get you a new set of clothes immediately, of course. Got can get a new loincloth. One that's secured and doesn't flap around too much.
I am plenty secure.
I mean, think of what we can do with this money.
yeah, right.
Almost like too
yeah,
much
that-
money.
I've
Sounds
always
like
wanted
a
a
good
flout.
idea.
Lovely flout.
What's a flout?
A flout. To woodwind.
It's a flute!
Yes, some.
You lot seem unsure. How about this? I don't need the work done today.
Oh, God, thank God.
How about I give you a couple of days to think it over?
Yeah, no,
Is
that
it
sounds
something
great.
I can do on my own?
I kick him under the table.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to the center of the city then. We'll talk to you later. Where can we find you?
Yeah.
How about this? How about in 3 days' time, I'll meet you here.
Yeah.
Going to be busy here, don't you think?
Bright and early.
Could be
Crack
real
a
busy.
dawn.
All right.
As soon as this place opens up.
It's the silver coronation dance jubilee.
What's that?
In 3 days' time, it is the King's Silver Jubilee. It is going to be very busy here.
All right, well, I'll meet you outside here at dawn.
All right.
And then we give you an answer then.
Yeah. Why don't we put it like this? If you show up, that's a yes.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I mean, that sounds fair.
Right.
Sure.
And if we don't show up,
It's a no.
would you be offended? And come get us because we wasted your time.
We don't care if you're offended and I walk behind. New guy again.
Oh,
I'm massaging his shoulders again. We don't even care if you're offended. If we don't show up, well, that's just how it goes. Because that's how we do business sometimes. 'Cause
Right.
we're
Right.
adventurers.
What if we have
baby.
questions?
Then
No.
you're picking me up. You're picking
I'll
me up.
see you in a few days.
Oh, okay.
But a yes is a
Getting
yes.
more intense.
Okay, put me down. Put me down.
It's 1,000 gold. And,
Right, sorry.
you know, all I need is you to be able to create a distraction, I guess.
Oh,
Distraction. We can do that.
we can do that.
We're good at that.
You can do this by yourself.
I mean, Got's pretty distracting, just, on his own.
God's loincloth is pretty distracting on its own.
We could
Imagine
just
we could
remove
all
it.
do together. I'm
Mm.
sorry. What was
What?
your suggestion?
Huh? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Steph, did you just
We're just
never
saying it would
mind.
be a
I
distraction.
think I misheard you.
Must be something on the wind.
Something in the wind.
Hopefully it's
Great,
not strong,
well
because
then.
I got the loincloth.
Good day to you. May the light of Lufaro guide your hand and the shadow of Thalora hide your blade. I'm going to go get another drink.
Yes.
He grabs his
May
empty
the
tankard,
Sephora light
stands up,
grab your blade.
nods at each
How
of
much
you.
was that? How much was your beer? Your drink,
This-
wine?
Fucking expensive
Yeah.
in here. 4 silver. And he walks
Oh,
up
towards
towards the bar and leaves you at an empty table.
Right. Well, let's get going.
That guy was intense.
Well, he was in a
I think he was
really.
rather interesting, don't you?
Well, wait. So do we want to go to Foundation and see if there's
Yes.
anything?
Yes, we should
better?
walk and talk.
Yeah,
Let's
that's probably a
walk
good
and
idea.
talk to
Is
Foundation.
anyone staring at us in the bar?
Fantastic
Because we've been
idea.
there, kind of scheming for a while now.
Roll me a perception check.
Three. I'm oblivious.
I mean,
don't
there's
care.
people are just looking at everyone. It's a big busy bar. Everyone's looking at everyone. There's a Gesto, which is a goblin, which is pretty near to you, who isn't sitting at a table or like part of any group, who has been kind of wandering around you, walked past you a few times when you were huddled, muttering to himself. They kind of glance at you when you take a look around. They're probably the closest to where you are. This little goblin looks at you. Goblins have these kind of long beak-like noses. They're kind of slightly draconic in their look as well. Yeah, he is probably the closest person to looking at you. He's wearing like baby blue overalls and very thick, big brown gloves that seem to be carried in like a grease or an oil. And he has just been kind of wandering around. And as you kind of glance
He's the
around,
artificer trainer.
he looks at you and stops, Seth, and just kind of stares back at you because you're looking around. But you get the sense that it's more because you suddenly looked around rather than.
I smile
he's
at
been
him
staring.
nervously.
Do you? Do you smile with teeth?
No, not that time.
All right.
Oh no.
Closed-lipped.
He gives you a wide-eyed look and then scurries under a table and disappears out of sight.
What? Are you kidding me? Does anyone else do? I guess I probably wouldn't notice. Damn. Can I know
ring was
though? What is the goblin dialect sound like? What is their accent? Is it New Jersey?
No. It is.
I'm his money friend.
It's not too dissimilar to that. Yeah. It's it's kind of a scratchy
40K Gretchen.
voice. Yeah. They don't have
Okay.
a dialect
I was just curious.
exactly. They're just
Got it.
they have a tone of voice and a style to their
Got it.
voice.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to find another one of those. This is out of character. In character, I say, well, shall we? To the center of the city.
To the middle of the town.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to announce our plans every time we leave? I get up to leave.
I'm just
What do you
trying-
mean?
Trying to fit in.
What if, you know?
There are stalkers out there. People will follow us.
Exactly. Don't you want a couple of stalkers?
We must away to the core of this hive.
Thank you.
And they walk.
Oh.
Stalkers are a
Now
sign
your
of
turn,
success.
Zeph. Say something that it's the same sentence but different. To the...
It's a foundation.
Got it. Perfect. Nailed it.
Huzzah! Now walk out the front door.
Great. Yeah, you strut out the front door and head, I guess, to the center of town is the plan. Yeah, you're kind of just making your way downtown, you'd say. All right.
I would say that.
Walking
all right.
around.
Roll me d20, please, Ricard.
Oh, you bet I will. That's a 1, baby.
A 1. Incredible. Okay.
That luck right there.
Yeah.
That's the
Only
captain.
one bandit attacks us.
Only one bandit. You have no items. All of your items have been taken. I'm kidding. You've been pickpocketed. Even your clothes have been pickpocketed.
Oh God!
Now
Oh
you
no!
have a
I'm
knife too.
naked! Oh no! Oh, someone help!
Yeah, you guys make your way through the back out of the Jester's Barrel, and instead of heading down towards the Docks District, you just head deep into the Merchant District. The Merchant District isn't like just flat out shops and stalls and stuff, but there is a lot of people flogging wares. There's lots of different stores and stalls, and you wander past like a clothing district. You walk into a food district. There's like bakeries and the smell of strong meats being cooked and things. You wander past the central there's a huge market square where people are selling fresh produce. There are travelers that are setting up stalls and just putting out rugs and selling their wares on the street side because they've come in and started selling things from all across Vayfall. And it's extremely busy, much busier than usual. But you easily maneuver your way through the entire Merchant District and come towards a much quieter part of town. There is predominantly the northeastern side of this city. About half of this city is an area called Eldessa Town, which is basically just where people live. There's obviously lots of different things going on here. There's plenty of work to be found in here as well. But on the very edge of Eldessa Town, and the Merchant District, almost at the dead center of the entire city, you finally make your way to one of the larger guilds. This is the Foundation Guild, which is a sort of broad stone hall, basically, that is a huge light stone. It's kind of a very light grey, borderline a white stone building, and its facade is carved with hundreds and hundreds of names. It's the etched record of every member that's ever served for the Foundation Guild in this city. There are a huge set of reinforced oak doors with a sort of a battered looking faux dragon skull mounted above these doors. It's got a horn that runs down, like it's cartoonish the way one of its horns runs down and around the side of the door, and you can crack the top of it open, and it is a sort of an impromptu mail slot that can be used if the place is closed or if nobody's available. You can drop off mail, notes, things like, we're not going to complete this quest, pop it in there. But as it sits, you're at the center of the day. It's like, I think it's about 2 p.m. at this point. You are able to kind of step inside, and it is bustling in here. Everyone in here is a classic looking adventurer. You see knights in one corner. There are mages with big wide brimmed hats. There are varying sizes of individuals. There are people from young to old, and everyone is sort of moving around this enormous hall. Along the center of the hall there are just long tables, there are plenty of adventurers that are sitting there working on things. Again, adventuring isn't necessarily constantly slaying dragons and things. There are people that we're working on varying different quests in here. People that are gathering mail to be delivered. There's people that are combing through very thick-looking tomes and using the tables in the hall and the sort of relative safety of the Foundation Guild to do it. And along the sides of the hall, there are several windows that can be approached, in which there are different guild members that belong to the Foundation Guild that can issue or speak to you about quests and things like that. There's a little bit of a queue. It's a bit like going into a post office at the moment. There is a bit of a queue forming. Presumably you guys step in, head to one side and join the queue. Standing behind an absolutely like enormous human man, just pure muscle. He looks like Conan the Barbarian. He's got very large, thick, blonde hair that's just running down his shoulders and back. His body is covered in scars. He's got kind of leather armor on, but really it kind of just looks like suspenders that are covering enormous nipples over enormous slabs of meat that he has for his thick chest, down to a pretty thick-looking set of traveler's trousers, and standing next to him is a very thin-looking, young-looking mage with a very wide-brimmed hat. They have the look of an elf, but it's kind of hard to make out underneath the robes and the hat. Everything they're wearing is white. On the back of their robes, you can see a sun. You get the sense that they're probably a cleric from the Radiant Path. And the two of them are like deep in conversation. You know, he's sort of he's speaking to the cleric more than the cleric is speaking back. You hear a yes and a no every now and then between their conversation. He's pretty much constantly speaking the entire time. And that's when I decided that we're going to take every single quest in here. Anything that needs doing, we're gonna do it. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do that. Constantly as they queue up behind them, and then the four of you join the queue behind this guy, behind the cleric, and maybe
Is her hair pink by chance?
Can't see any hair under there.
Okay.
But you do get the sense that you see a fair looking set of skin under there that really can only belong to an elf. I think there's a slight glitter to the skin, like that. Like elves have that twilight skin.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. And yeah, you're standing in the Foundation Hall, queuing up for a good long while, maybe 20 minutes or so, before you come to a window that is open. As you approach, there's a figure standing on the other side, and they they're seated on a very high chair. There is a gnome who is sat here, looking out wide-eyed. Seems to be pretty, he's not like a, what do you call the DVLA in America? What do they call that?
DMV.
A DMV. You might expect these workers to be DMV style workers, but there's a very friendly looking gnome. He's got, decent looking clothing on, short hair, wide eyes. And as you approach the window, he is sort of muttering to himself as the previous adventurers step away, and he's kind of giggling to himself, and he looks up and says,
"Well, hi there. Welcome to the Foundation Guild. Have you been an adventurer with us before?"
Oh, yes, many, many times. Hello.
Hello.
You might remember me. My name is Rickard Silvertongue.
I've never met you before in my life.
Well, you might have heard of me, though. Anyways, we are here to pick up a quest. How do we do that?
You got it from me.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
We would like a quest that
Sure,
gives
you'd know
lots
that.
of gold.
Lots of gold, is it? Okay. Well,
Where is
first,
this guy?
I need to take some details from you. You said your name was...
Rickard Silvertongue.
Rickard Silvertongue. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that tongue from? Was it from the mines? Because it's silver.
Oh, you are funny.
From the mines, was it?
Because yours had silver.
Yeah, you had to make. Did you have to
Silver
make?
does
Did
come
you,
from
did
the
you make it
ground. Well
yourself? You made your own tongue.
That's
Okay,
right.
Rickard. Spelled with an L. I'm kidding. It's an R. Okay, Rickard Silvertongue. Okay, do you have your paperwork?
Yes, I do. And I'll pull my paperwork out and hand it over to him.
Did it say Rickard Silvertongue on it?
Yeah. It's
What do you pull out actually? Out of curiosity. In fact, all four of you are going to need this information. Exactly what does your paperwork look like that you hand over? Again, it doesn't have to be.
Can only records?
What?
Is it only records paper?
Right now, yeah, but you will all need to do this.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
yeah, Rickard's paperwork is like extremely artistically. It kind of almost looks like a passport. It's a little bit bigger, but like every page is so eloquently like. The handwriting is so eloquent, and like there's like these artistic drawings on the edges of the paper, and it's very. It's like a wedding invitation on every on every page. Yeah, but it does say Silvertongue. Rickard Silvertongue. From the Eben Quill. It also does have. It has the guild marking on the front of it. It's legitimate.
Yep. The person at the Eben Quill who signed you off. Who is that? Which person was it?
That would have been Artus Tailweaver.
Okay. The head. And okay, so the gnome takes a little while, and you see them. They pull out from a huge drawer next to them an enormous book. It takes them a little while. They turn pages over for a little while. Have you actually done any quests for Foundation before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no. I've accepted many quests.
Okay.
From many guilds in the city.
But yeah, so you are sort of registered within their within their books and stuff. He says,
Oh, here you are, Lickard. Lickard. Okay, we got you here, and then we got Okay, so in the Eben Quill. Okay, and then we're going to be doing a quest for us. It says here that you have accepted many quests.
That's right.
You
I'm
accepted
always
many
here to
quests.
help.
Okay, well, it says on your paperwork that you... No, but did you bring that, but your paperwork back to be filled out so you can get the renown?
Oh, you know, it must have gotten lost in the mail or something.
Okay, because you should have a lot more renown than you have.
Well, of course, I agree.
Okay, well, we can chest that up for you if you would like.
Yes, I'll come back another day.
Okay.
Don't you? I thought you cared about renown. Surely you want to get this started right now, right?
Well, I don't want to take up everyone's time. We are busy, of course.
Since when do you care about that?
We got a couple days. We really have to.
No, I mean you might as well just sort it out now, right?
Yes, of course. And I like wave her back, like, yes, of course. And I'll like lean close to the gnome and say, listen, I haven't actually been able to complete any of those, so you can just take my name off of them.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can just put this as a did not complete. That's fine. You did not complete this one. You did not complete this one. You did not complete well, this one seems crazy. You thought that you could kill a dragon?
I'm a very adventurous spirit, and I still think I could, but not right now.
Wow.
You didn't clear and wait. You didn't do any of them.
You didn't even do this quest. This quest was just clean a toilet.
Yes, well, I almost convinced someone to do that. But the little halfling was too good for it, wasn't he?
I mean, isn't the point of these that you do them yourself?
The point of them is you get them done, Seth. And I'm going to show you exactly how here, and as soon as we find one that's suited for us.
I somehow doubt that.
Well,
Okay. Great. And are you going to be adventuring together as a party?
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take the next person's name then, please.
I step up and present my guild book.
Oh, this is a very nice looking book.
It's very neat and orderly. At the front is my certificate from the Silverbrook Academy, very carefully placed in and attached to the book. And there's a very neat log of all of the very small menial quests that I've taken on solo in the last week or so. Here you go. This is all of my paperwork. You should find it all in order. I've been here once or twice, I guess. I'm Persephone, Agatha, Oathsborn, Vildahart.
Okay. Persephone, Earthborn. You should have been a paladin. Because of Earthborn.
Yeah,
You should have been. You should have taken an oath for that. With a name like that, you'd have been a good
Yeah,
paladin.
you think, wouldn't you?
He's so funny, isn't he, everyone? Got laugh.
Funny.
Smack.
Okay.
It's a challenge.
Let's see here. So you graduate at Silverbrook.
Yeah.
How was it? How was Silverbrook?
It's real nice. Yeah, everyone's really thorough in their teachings. Yeah,
Okay.
great.
What did you specialize in? Avocations?
Well, not alchemy.
Not alchemy. Okay. What's that? Potions?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, not
You're not good
one.
at that then.
No, I'm
That
very
explains
not
why
good
you're
at
here, not at the Healers Guild. They're always
You're
getting you to
right.
make potions over there. They're gonna get potions over there. Okay. All
I know
right.
how to make potions.
sometimes. But you don't want to go to the Healer Guild, so I don't know why you care.
I don't.
This seems strange.
Nothing should seem strange. It should all be in order.
Okay, that's
I'm peering
what I
over
like.
the desk, staring at.
I'm
what
also
he's
peering over the
looking at.
desk, like right behind her.
He's pulled out a very large book and he's like flipped it all the way to the very end. Give me perception or investigation checks, you two, since you're peering at him.
Sure.
17.
17.
A 19.
A 19.
Roll.
All right. He says the book he's looking at is Silverbrook Academy registered guild members, Mages Guild, and he says,
When did you graduate?
A few months ago. As part of the winter cohort.
Oh, this winter just gone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just a baby.
Yeah, well, no, I'm very mature. I know what I'm doing.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
she might be a baby, but she's a damned good baby at casting spells. She's a baby caster.
What does that even mean?
Oh, baby caster, is it?
means you're
She
Okay.
has slain many a weasel.
I get
That's
confused.
right.
Oh, killing weasels, is it? That's what you do. Oh, I tell you, there's a weasel problem around town. Lots of people complaining about weasels and baboons.
There
So many
shouldn't be
She's the
questions
most
constantly.
capable baby you'll ever meet.
I get it. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so you're not, okay, so we have to get this fixed up for you there, because your paperwork has not come through yet.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. There's a backlog. They said it might take a while.
yeah,
like,
sometimes it takes
years, they
years.
say.
Yeah,
Right,
sometimes it takes
exactly.
years.
Right.
Jinx.
That's
You
so
can't
funny.
Be careful with those jinxes. You don't want to actually do it.
Okay, Persephone. Who's next?
I walk
I
up
take back my notebook with visible relief.
and I pull out a scroll from my quiver, and I place it onto the desk and unfurl it. It is bound with a single piece of brown leather, and there is visible scaling on the back of this leather scroll. And if this guild clerk knows his stuff about the Primal Lodge, he will know that this is genuine Velamore leather, which is what we use for all official documentation. It is very rare and hard to find. On it, there is no name. There is tattooed what looks like the exact same markings that are on my face, which I believe I was born with. And next to that, there is a glyph of an eye with the elemental symbol for stone next to it. And I stare at him.
Yeah, he takes it and he says,
Oh, this is very nice. This is. Okay, so this is Primal Lodge, is it?
Yes.
Yes, so this is monster hunting. Alright.
Yes.
Holy shit, what's the biggest monster you killed?
It is more than just monsters and monster hunting.
Is it?
It is taming. It is rearing. It is tracking. It is riding.
That's right.
It is dominating.
Got here can ride anything.
Oh shit, really?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so let's see if you can write.
If it has hips, I can ride it.
Oh.
Huh?
That's right.
Are you
I've
saying
seen
riding or riding?
Ride.
it. Ride.
Can you write?
Roses have hips.
If
And
you
you can
find me a
ride it.
rose big enough, I will ride it. Is that a challenge?
All right, I wasn't decided. Well, yeah, when I find a rose big enough, you gotta ride it.
All
And I will
right.
to the ground.
What's the biggest
What?
thing you've ridden?
A Sorok.
Holy shit. The fuck
That's
is
right. He's ridden a Sorok.
That? Yeah, it's nice.
I have no idea what that is,
I
by
never
the
heard
way.
of it. I never heard of it. He's scary though. I didn't want to say shit.
That's right. That's my Gotti. I'm patting him on the shoulder. Yeah.
My God.
All right, Mr. Gott. Well, just Gott?
Stone Eye.
Yeah, Mr. or just Gott. What do you want, a Mr. or
Stone
no?
Eye.
Yeah, but that's the second part. What is that, a surname?
I just stare at him.
Big Stone Eye.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Oh, you're trained by the Free Claw.
Yes.
Oh, I love Mr.
And
Free
he
Claw.
knows because there are 3 claws that are tattooed onto this parchment beneath my name.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him. He got his little pets. He got 3 dogs.
Lynxes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, nice. Okay, and then last, fellow, hey,
Hello,
he goes to fist
new
bump
guy.
you. He goes to fist bump you.
What's up?
That's
So
good.
I'm Howen Brightfoot is my name. Here you go. And
Gives you the
I'm
weirdest
sure
look, Holwyn.
I know.
When you say that.
I also as I sort of I'm trying like averting my eyes as I sort of do it. And as I pass it over, I make sure to like sort of hold on to the portrait part, and then like it says like a student to be.
oh, Silverbrook.
Yeah, yep, that's it.
That's nice. This paper's look a bit more beat up than the new kid. Did you meet on the school or not?
What?
No.
What was the question?
No.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't. No, we just.
Oh, you
we're-
probably
I'm on
you
my
didn't
way there,
graduate.
he just-
You must have graduated years ago. Oh, here I can find out.
He opens up the book and starts flipping through the pages.
Let's see, Mr. Brightfoot, Mr. Brightfoot. Ah, here we go. Howen Brightfoot. Wow, you've been a part of the. You've been registered for some time.
Huh?
How was the last quest?
Yeah,
It went well.
yeah.
Okay.
It was great. It went great. Thank you for asking.
I'm so sorry. Are they both gnomes? I thought.
Holwyn is
Do
halfling.
all short people do fist bumps? Is that why you went for that with?
They're short. They're not.
Huh? What was that?
First of all, short folk. It's small folk. Thank you.
Small folk.
Holwyn is
something that I would
Holwyn is a halfling, and the guild
Clearly.
member who you
all short
rudely
kings.
haven't asked him his name is a gnome.
But do I see that a lot where they like fist bump? Would I be jealous about that? Like, I've always wanted
Or
a
why
fist
didn't I
bump.
get a fist bump?
I mean, maybe. Give me a history check.
You'd probably also notice we have similar features.
History.
Yeah.
A big old 17.
Yeah, massively a
Big old
gnome
17.
thing.
A gnome thing. Okay, they do fist bumps. Got it. The gnomes in this world do fist bumps. Got it.
Right. It's the rocks. It's a rock 5.
The rock thing.
Yeah, rock knocks.
Yeah. The rock.
Knock 'em like you rock 'em. It's a thing.
Scorpion
I don't know why
King.
I don't know why it's done, but it's done.
He says to you, he sort of starts like scribbling things down on a piece of paper next to your name. And he says,
Oh, how's old Burnsome?
What?
Burnsome, how's Burnsome doing? You been up to the...
Brunsum. Oh, Brunsum he's great. He's
Burnsome, you been up to the, Silverberg?
Yep.
Yeah, Mr. Burnsome, the alchemy teacher, right?
Oh yeah, he must have come after me.
Oh,
Before me. What does it say there? What does it say on
He's
it?
been
Did
there
you,
years.
yeah, you got Mr. Burnsome, it says here, is the one who had your power.
Silly. I thought you said runesome. Like the other. Sorry. He's great.
That's good, that's a good one.
They do kind of
new
have similar
guy's
names.
funny.
A lot of them.
Slap him
Okay.
on the
Wow,
back.
stop
Great.
hitting me so hard.
All right. Okay. So, we got 2 new registers, and we got two people who have done this process before. Mr. Brightfoot, you have done this before. So, but for the sake of
I'm a
for the
pro.
new guys, I'll explain how it works. You have a choice of many different
explain
quests
all
that
of
you can
them.
take from the foundation if you would like. You're now registered with us. Complete any of the quests and your name will appear on the facade outside, and you will officially be accepted into the foundation for all time unless the city is destroyed and then the stone is broken and the facade is broken and then no one would know that you were ever on the side of it. I'm sure that won't happen. What sort of quest are you looking for today?
Is there a list that we can peruse? We're looking for one that gives us gold and renown.
Gold and renown. Yes, okay, let's
Fame and fortune,
And a
you might
challenge.
say.
He pushes
I don't wanna die.
he pushes a piece of paper through to you.
I
There are
want
also
to
boards that you might have seen while you were kind of queuing up, but he gives you the foundation quest list, and the quests are as follows. I should be able to provide them for chat as well. It's a little harder to do because sweet Christmas. This is
I have them right here. I could read them out.
yeah,
never
you
mind.
should be able to. You should have access to all of them.
All right.
Read them out.
All right, everyone. And I show them the list and I say, ooh, what's my shiny rock? That looks too simple. Drum up customers for Mistress Mindshade. Not going to make a whole lot of money off of that. Outlaws on the Iron Route. I bet that pays well. What do you think, Gotti? Go and take care of some outlaws?
Outlaws. Are they dangerous? What kind of
Um,
outlaws?
I'm
Usually
sure they are.
We should take care of the in-laws as well.
Yeah, we'll do both. We'll take the
I look
outlaws
at the
and
gnome.
the
Wait,
in-laws
whoa,
of the Iron Route.
whoa! Hang on a second. That sounds really dangerous.
I was trying to make a joke.
Yes, adventuring can be dangerous sometimes, Seth. You've got to just go for
Not
it.
if you
Come
prepare.
on.
Oh, prepare. Okay. Yeah, we can prepare. What does it pay? I'm leaning over, like trying to look at
The
them.
outlaws on the Iron Route. Let's see. Oh, this is a big payday. No one's been able to do this yet. We sent 3
Oh,
adventurers
great.
out last week. They ain't never come back.
How many?
I mean,
Great.
5?
that's what I reckon. Money's on
Does that
it.
mean what I think it means?
We got a death pool
Wait,
back there.
did he say 3 adventurers or 5?
I don't know. But 3
Or
or 5
30.
that's
Three.
still a lot.
3? Yeah,
Yeah.
we
all
have
got
4. We'll be
Dust
fine.
in your ears? What? You okay?
Yeah, I
If
think
they
they
have perished, then we shall find their corpses and take their loot as well, as an extra bonus.
Exactly. Good thinking, Gotti.
Okay,
Let's
wait.
go.
Wait. Let's just think about this, though. That might take
What is
longer
it?
than 3 days.
There's
Okay.
200
Where's
gold
Where's the iron
payment.
route? 200 gold? We're doing this. Let's go.
Are we?
Come on now. 200 gold. And notice, would it say like double renown on it or something?
Yep.
Double renown. This is exactly what I promised you all. I put one arm around Seth and one arm kind of up on Got's shoulder. This is exactly what I promised you all. Okay?
grab your
Fame
thighs.
and fortune. Now come on.
close
I know
my
you're
eyes.
nervous, Seth, but don't worry. Look at how strong God is. Take a gander at his bicep right here. Oh, it's big. We
Touch
can
me
handle
again
this
and you'll regret
together.
it.
You
Oh,
promise?
you bet I will.
You're not gonna
I
run away like
promise.
last week?
I did not. That was a tactical retreat, and sometimes leaders do that.
Great. Okay. Sure, why not?
Yes, we will take
I've
the
done this
outlaws on the
before.
Iron Route. How far away is the Iron Route, by the way?
The Iron Route.
Would I know this?
Yeah, give me a history check.
A 9.
You think it might be the road that leads. It's the sort of unofficial road that leads from Eldessa to the main road that leads to Emberstead. But essentially, it's the road that leads west out of town.
The fools that failed this mission before. What was their experience?
Let's have a look and see. They were level 2.
Oh,
We can handle this.
Great.
we got it, right? We got this.
What do we have to do exactly? Is it just drive them away from the Iron Route, or is it like a death beat thing?
Well, let's have a
How do I
look and
convince
see.
him?
Outlaws on the Iron Route. Okay.
Like, is
There-
there room for peaceful diplomatic resolution?
There's always room for that.
I do not
That's
believe
right.
I do not believe this is a bounty. So yes, bounties are different. When you see that there is a bounty, that means that you have to bring them in, dead or alive, but forcefully. If you see
This.
that it is simply just outlaws, they need to be dealt with, moved along if needs be. Or you
Okay.
can chop their heads off, or maybe just their
No,
hands.
no,
Teach them a lesson.
No, that won't be necessary. That's fine.
That's pretty drastic. Okay, so we just need to go
Just
to
gotta
there and
convince them to
give him a
leave.
chat. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, that's easy. We can do that.
We could do that before the Jubilee, right?
Yeah, maybe
right?
we can convince them it's better to be in the city anyway
Oh,
to watch all the
damn.
festivities.
That's a great idea.
Right.
Get them to just come to the city.
I'm sure we'll handle this just fine, and I'm sure
Yeah.
God won't kill the first one he sees, right, God?
What do
It's a
you
challenge for
All
you
right.
not.
What do you
Kill the first one you see.
Kill the first one I see?
I bet you
can
can.
kill them if
I
you
bet you
want.
can kill the first one you. Wait, no. I bet you can. I bet you. Crap.
What?
I bet. I'm trying to challenge you to not. I don't think you
Don't
cannot
say those words.
kill
Don't say I challenge you.
the first one you see. I challenge you
grind my
to
teeth.
not kill the first one you see. Is that bad? Is he starting a fire?
It's bad. That's bad. Okay, we'll take
Yes,
it.
a
Thank you,
fire
sir.
in
Please
his
mark
heart.
it in our records, and we'll be back soon. Hopefully. If we're not, can you please tell my parents I love them?
Would you like information about the quest before you leave?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have pens and paper or pencils?
Yes.
Of course.
Crayons.
Seth, write this down.
charcoal.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Outlaws on the Iron Road. There is, do you know where the Iron Road is?
No.
Of course. It's to the east somewhere.
It's in the west. It's a trade road that from the west of town that many people do not use it anymore because it is quote unquote haunted. But I don't think that's true. But you must be aware of the incredible amounts of undead on the road.
This just goes through the iron bark forest, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah, I've traveled this one.
That's right. It's an iron road. It used to be a big trading road, but it isn't anymore. There is outlaws living on the road, trying to poach on people who are trying to make a quick way from Emberstead to Aradessa. The problem is, it is causing problem with the city's council, and they are upset about it. They have asked us, a foundation, to deal with these outlaws. Specifically, you are looking for Brannock the Cracked.
Brannick the Cracked.
Yes.
I'm
He is,
writing furiously.
He is an
What do you think
orc
cracked means?
Orc?
Oh. What?
and a former
Orc.
soldier.
Great. Is he
That's
a
your
big
cousin.
orc?
Soldier of what? From where? What clan?
A soldier from this city. He's part. He used to be part of the Auroran military. I believe he was little more than a grunt. He did not make it to lieutenant. Did not make it to grand marshal. But this is all the information we have. Former military trained.
Oh,
Orc.
great. That's fine.
I suspect perhaps from the Cracked clan. What do you think about my map? From the Cracked clan.
That is not funny.
I get it.
Okay.
Brannick the Cracked.
Um,
Okay.
There is a particular individual who has gone missing recently. Perhaps you can see what happened to them on behalf of the merchants in the city. You are looking for Tima Willowvale. Tima. Tima Willowvale.
Tima, Willowvale, the merchant. When did they go missing?
They went missing 4 months ago.
Hey, what do they look like?
Oh, that's a long time.
Well, you would have to go and visit with the Willowvale merchants
Mhm.
in town.
More than 48 hours, I'd say.
Hey, what do they look like? What do they look like?
Mr. Willowvale brought the quest to city council originally after his daughter went missing, and would like for Foundation to return his daughter in one piece, preferably. Every adventurer we have sent to the Iron Root so far has not returned.
Is there an extra reward for
Please
this?
stop saying that.
There is a particularly high because we have to bump this up in the Foundation immediacy. It is we'll be providing double the renown and gold.
Oh, wait.
That
Wait, you
sounds
said it was
great.
200?
That's just for getting for the outlaws. It has nothing to do with this kidnapped person, surely.
Correct. You would have to visit with the Willowvale family.
Okay, so that's a separate negotiation.
Oh, yes, I know them, don't worry.
What does
Yeah,
she
of
look
course
like?
you do.
I do not know. I just have
Very
the
pretty.
writing on the paper.
Okay.
All right, we can pay them a visit, I guess. Is there anything else we need to know?
Reports from other adventurers before they went and fell silent, including a report from the previous team before they did not return. It is a mix of bandits, scouts, and 1 or 2 spellcasters. It is said that they are not just thieves, they have a motive. They wish for vengeance, survival, perceived corruption.
Great.
And it says that their base is in an abandoned mine. Underneath an old ruin.
Base in an abandoned mine. Underneath an old ruin of what?
I don't know.
I bet it's an iron mine. Makes sense.
If
you
it's a
think about
silver
it-
mine, I might might have some knowledge of it.
You get a second tongue, you become a snake. You become a snake because I got 2 tongues. Snakes have got 2 tongues.
Do they? I thought they had a
think so.
fourth tongue.
What's that? They got a fork for a tongue, or the better to eat with, I guess. You got a fork for a tongue, that'd be easy.
I really like this guy.
Yes, he seems very wise in the ways of the world. Is it a silver mine? Because I might
I don't
know
know.
something about it.
You would have to ask around town, I guess. I don't know. I don't get out much.
Well, we go there ourselves. I mean, I could tell you if it's a silver or iron. It's easy.
You go there, you go and have a look at it.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Do you have any guild equipment for us for this
Oh,
quest?
you did not complete your training?
Yeah. It just sometimes, some of the guilds give you some equipment, like some healing potions and things, to help.
Oh, do they? Who does that?
Like most of the guilds I've been to.
That seems like a terrible idea. They run out of money.
Well, maybe they
You don't
have
have one
deals
healing
with the
potion
Healers
lying
Guild.
around?
I don't have a
Nothing
potion.
about?
I'm
Well, why
in the
would I use
safest
mine if I
place
can
in
use
all
the
of the
guild?
city.
We don't need healing potions. We've got trained professionals who can make potions and have recently passed alchemy class, right?
Yeah.
That's true, actually. We don't need your potions. We've
Right.
got
Yeah, we could
Seth's
just make 'em on our
potions.
own.
Yeah, you got alchemists. You could do a quest
that's
for the
right.
Healers Guild. Healers Guild always gives you potions along with what you're doing.
Oh, that's
See, we
good to
should
know.
do quests for the Healers Guild.
Now I understand why you asked for that.
Yeah, see, it's a good idea.
You're
Seems
probably
like you
gonna
don't
need
want
the
to do
Healers
any
Guild
quests,
after
eh?
after this quest. I reckon.
Find
You
your
need to stop
productive
saying things
crack.
like that.
It's gonna be bad. You guys are gonna you have to be real careful. It's a dangerous one. It's crazy to take for your first quest.
Well, it's a good job it's not our first,
Well,
right,
2 of you,
guys?
yeah, 2 of you now,
Exactly.
yeah.
Right.
We took care of those
officially,
baboons and
I have a lot
weasels,
more
remember?
quests under my belt.
Yeah, you'll
than
be
I
fine.
remember.
I'm sure you guys will
Yeah.
be completely fine. Okay, that about
Okay,
wraps
we
up
should
all the
probably go,
information I have for you.
That's great. That's great. Okay, let's make our way out of here.
Okay.
then, everybody.
Well, we're going to go to this family then and talk to them next. That's our next goal, right, everyone?
Yeah, right. The
Okay.
Willowvale.
Well, once you complete the quest, just
Family.
come on back. If it is really late at night and nobody is present, then you can leave a note to say that you have completed the quest, and
Right,
somebody will
well.
come and find you to confirm and verify that you have done it. Otherwise, perhaps, along with the fact that you have a part rescue mission involved in this, you may actually be able to simply be verified by the fact that you will bring back the potentially surviving occupant.
Okay.
Great. That sounds amazing. All right. Thank you so much, Gobblestones. And I pat him on the head
It's
and
Runt.
walk out. What?
My name is Runt.
Right.
Runt?
Yes,
Your name is Runt?
yes.
Like of the litter?
That's correct. I am the last born.
Are all
Runt.
last-born gnomes named Runt?
No.
Yep.
Oh, your parents were quite clever.
I had a crazy
All right, let's go,
upbringing.
everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Safe travels.
All right,
Be
let's go.
careful.
Thank you.
Watch out.
Go
Bye,
ahead.
Bye,
yeah.
Runt.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Next.
I'm gonna
Who's
wait
next?
for everyone to sort of make their way out.
Come on
and
down
I'm
to
gonna wait
window
a-
8.
I'm gonna wait a little, and then I want to talk to Runt for a second in Gnomish.
Come
I
on
wanna be
down
like-
to window. Oh, hello.
Hey,
Yes. Okay.
do you know anything about a 10 cuts?
10 cuts. Let's see here. What have we got? 10 cuts. 10 cuts. What am I looking for? Is this a building? A place?
It's a person. It's a
It's a
person.
person. Oh god, and then like 10 cuts. Oh. What happens if he gets 12 cuts? He bleeds out. Bleed out or
Run out of
something.
fingers.
What's his sister called? 16 cuts. Is that how they do it? Maybe he's the 10th one. 10 cuts. Take me a little while to look through some of these books here.
If you don't have anything, that's fine.
I'll see if they're registered with a guild. Let's have a look. See here. 10 cuts. I wonder if that's a number. If it's a number, it'd be easy to find me right up that front here. No, that's the 10. Okay, let's try T. 10 cuts. 10 cuts. No, nobody registered by that name.
Okay, Thank you. That's it.
Okay, thank you. That's all. All right.
Okay,
It was great
goodbye,
seeing you.
everyone. Come
Okay,
on next.
goodbye.
Come on down to window.
All right. Sorry to you, but you're up next. Okay, bye. See ya. I make my way out.
All right.
Get out of the way, run.
Oh, I'm not runt.
Calls you a runt.
Hello, it's me, Ron.
Hi, how are you? I need another quest. I'm level 5.
I need another.
I'm level
I'm
5.
looking to shoot down
I'm
another
looking to kill
one
it.
of
I'm
them
ready.
damn
I'm gonna
binders.
take on that dragon quest.
I'm 18 years young.
I'm level.
I'm
Me and
18
my party of 6 are level 12, and we're finally ready to take on that major outlaws on the Iron Root quest.
It was
Oh, I'm
just
sorry.
taken. Damn it.
Unfortunately, that one has gone. That was just taken by a group. So you have to wait and see if they complete that.
But we're level 11. You said we weren't gonna be able to do it.
All right.
You just wait.
So you leave. All quests are based on level, just by pure chance. Every time you ever go and get one, you won't ever pick one up that's like a level 15. You know.
Okay.
Wait, they're all based on our level?
Yeah, they're all gonna be
Okay.
Wait, somewhere around.
somewhere
I
around.
was
what you-
gonna ask because there wasn't a level on the quest board.
No. The only
Before
way
you
that
just
you would
decide
know
how
that they
dead
were
forest.
particularly difficult, so the ones that offer double XP or additional rewards are usually either quests that are, have a specific story reason, like it's been 4 months and no one's done this quest or taken this quest, so bump it up. Alternatively, it's particularly difficult for some reason, or some of the ones that will take longer. So some of the quests are just like literally deliver a letter in town, and some are like deliver a letter 2 towns over. So because it will take you longer to deliver that letter, and it's obviously going to take you, it's potentially a more difficult challenge, you'll get a higher reward because there's travel involved and that kind of thing, and it takes longer. So there is reasons as to why you get double XP that don't necessarily mean that it's a harder quest. This one does. This one means that it's it means that it's slightly harder, and you have to do a bit of travel. You got to do a bit of travel,
I
but not
love
like a
it,
major
dude.
travel.
Wow. Who'd have
This
thought?
is no. I love it
Great.
for 2 reasons. Number 1, like this is gonna be so hard for us to do, and number 2, Leah is so mad at me right
She's
now. Dave.
so
She's gonna
mad at you.
strangle
I
me.
don't care. My character, however.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you leave. I mean, I guess you head out of the very large foundation building, back out onto the streets on the edge of Eldessa town and the merchant district.
Brad, have I ever rubbed elbows with this noble family who lost their child?
Roll me a d20. If you roll over a 15, we'll say yes.
Roll me an elbows check.
An elbows check. A 12.
Then no.
No. Okay, well, they probably live that way, and I point towards like the noble quarter. Let's go.
Let's go. I don't. Yeah, lead the way.
All right, you're just wandering towards the noble quarter.
Uh-huh.
Surely they'd
What's
be
their
near
name
the
again?
merchants' quarter. They are the Willowvale merchants.
Willowvale.
I grab the nearest bystander by the scruff of their collar.
Oi!
Okay, put him down. Put him down.
Willowvale,
Oh,
where?
No.
God!
No.
What?
God, sit him down. Sit him down.
God,
I'm so
God.
sorry, sir. I'm so
What?
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was misunderstanding.
What,
he's
you?
not from around here. He didn't mean it.
Okay.
And may I say, you look incredible today. And also, would you happen to know where the Nightshade merchants are? What is that called again?
Willowvale.
Willowvale merchants are?
First of all, roll me a charisma check.
Just a general
Absolute
charisma
insanity.
Yeah.
check. Cool. Let's go, baby. I am never charismatic. What is...
Well, at least you started it.
A 6.
He says, "Fuck off, mate," and then walks away from you.
Excellent. Okay, don't go. Got. I'm warning him not to kill this man. Let's find someone else, okay? Look at, is there anyone else standing around? Can I just walk up to somebody? Can I make it up myself? Who would you like?
Yeah, you can
packed.
make it up.
I walk up to a woman who's walking down the street with a basket of food.
Yeah.
Excuse me, madam. I'm so sorry to bother you. Do you happen to know where the... And I snap it. I snap it.
Willowvale!
The Willowvale merchants are.
Let's roll a dice. Let's see if she's ever heard of the Willowvale merchants. 15. She says, "Oh, Willowvales. Oh, the textile people, right?"
Maybe.
Yes.
Yes, I think my sister had to visit them for her wedding dress. God, it was so long ago. Right. Yes, I believe so. You're looking for them or their shop or
Them, in fact.
them. The only thing I recall is it's somewhere near the Green Thread Market. You might want to head down there. You might have to ask around there.
Right.
I don't remember quite.
And I know where the Green Thread Market is because I'm from here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much,
my
madam.
rule of thumb is that you know where everything is unless it's like a complete secret. You know, it's specifically supposed to be hidden.
And whatever's going on, the commoner look you have, it's working, by the way.
Give me a charisma check, I guess.
Oh my god!
It is common. It is common to get
I'm
me.
gonna get a 1. A 13.
She says, thank you, I guess.
Yes. You're welcome.
All right.
All right, let's go, everyone. And I lead us towards that place, the Green Market.
Yeah, you so there's different parts of the merchant district that are available. The Green Thread Market is not just like a market with a set of stalls, although it is a part of the merchants district that is a covered market. So it's like you walk in under there, but there's market stalls. But predominantly, it's sort of like a clothing area. The Green Thread Market area has shops and market stalls, varying things to do with textiles, dyes, imports, exports, that kind of thing. So you won't necessarily just find stalls and shops. There are businesses that are to do with import, export, and stuff like that. You come to the Green Thread Market, it's bustling, there's people buying all sorts of clothes, there's all sorts of people like looking things over. Oh, I might wear this for the Jubilee. That kind of thing. Yeah, you'd love that. You look bloody brilliant in that. You would, yeah, go on out, get one for your friend and all. That kind of thing as you're walking through this market.
Okay. And we're looking for the Willow people. Willow Vales.
I highly recommend
Yes.
you guys start writing stuff down.
Yes.
Well, she's
I
very
usually
good
have
at
one.
writing.
I'm not giving. None of you took anything that is going to. I'm not going to be giving you.
I took a feat in which I have encyclopedic knowledge of
You don't
everything.
have that thing that he had.
No.
You
No, I don't.
have. So I'm not going to help you unless it's like main.
You got it.
That is how I'm going to GM this.
And therefore, if I am the scribe of this party, which at this point I am, it's going to depend entirely on whether I want to be compliant.
I think it's going to depend entirely on how much
I will
sleep you've
also-
got, whether you had a Coca-Cola that day, and if
Yeah.
if there is a reflection in the window that distracts you at that very moment, like a cat.
That's true.
I am
Sorry,
looking
what?
for a
Paid
cracked
actor
orc.
down here.
That is all I need to know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Willow.
Vale. I literally,
Willowvale.
shake. Rickard, I'm like, Willowvale.
I didn't say it this time.
Well, I'm not going to shake Howlin'. He's adorable.
Yes, all right. I get it, Seth. Thank you. And I calm her down. I'm petting her head. Calm down. And then
Ladies love
start
you,
leading us through the market, and I'll say, Willowvale, where is Willowvale? I just start saying that. Does anyone respond to me?
Roll me a d20. If you roll an 18 or higher, someone will respond to you. Just trying to imagine you being in like the middle of a London market on a really busy Saturday afternoon, here. Just saying Willowvale. Does anyone know Willowvale? I feel like no one would respond to you. And no one does. You're just walking down the road.
Why don't, like, they said they do textiles. Why don't we just walk around until we find a textile shop and see if that's the one?
Oh, yes, all right. Well, is there a textile shop? I take it to the nearest textile shop.
Okay. Yeah, roll me another d20. If you roll a 20, it's the one you're looking for.
You pull up to 1.
It's a big city.
It's a 10.
That's half of what we're looking for.
Yeah, you go to...
You find half of them.
Yeah, you go... you find, like, there's a small sort of townhouse that's built in along some of these rows. Some of the market stall, the covered parts are coming off of this townhouse, so you're able to navigate through and dip into what looks like a textile shop. It says Silk Ward Textiles, and you step inside. There's a relatively older looking human man in there, kind of graying at the temples, who looks up. He's literally comparing multiple, like a book of different fabrics to a separate book of fabrics, and he's very close to them as he looks up and you walk in, and he straightens himself up. He's wearing, sort of average wear, lower middle class maybe, and he says, hello.
Yes. Sorry, did you want to talk to him, Seth? Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on.
I don't know if you can stop yourself. So, hi.
This is my friend, Seth.
Your daughter is missing.
Doesn't even know who you are.
Oh no. Oh. Not Jemima.
No, don't
Please.
listen to God. I'm sure your daughter's fine. Don't worry.
No, sir. No, he's confused.
But maybe you do know someone whose daughter has gone missing recently. And you know how that feels now, so maybe you would like to help us. Her name is Tima Willowvale.
Oh yes, little Tima. Yes. Oh, well, I do know Tima. Okay, well, you could have just asked. I mean, Baron is a good friend of mine, so.
You see Baron?
Yes, Baron Willowvale is Tima's father.
Right, Baron.
Oh, you give me quite the fright. I do.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the ticker's not what it used to be.
Well, I guess now you know how he felt when he got the news.
Yes, well, I mean, when he told me, I felt rather the same. My heart really... Okay,
Exactly, sir. And we are here to prevent that feeling from happening ever again. What did you just say? Are you threatening his daughter?
Did that sound like... I was just saying it would be a shame.
Steph, not now.
What are you offering? Are you offering guardsmanship or something? I have recently had the locks changed.
We have guardsmanship.
No, we are adventurers. Hello, my name is Rickard. Right. And we are going to save little Tima, and we needed to speak to Baron, and we were just wondering if
we're going to find her.
Oh, very good. Yes.
And we just we wondered if you knew where Baron was, so we could speak to him about it.
Right. Okay. Yes. Oh. Yes. Well, you could be able to find him at his own business. You don't know where that is?
No.
I take it. Right. Okay. Well, you head out of here straight down to the end of the block here. Do a right, the very end of that block. Do a left. The very end of that block. One house before the end is a tall townhouse, much taller than this one. And you'll see it's got Willowvale sort of crest on the outside, with Willowvale underneath it. Textile and dye imports. What you're looking for.
Textile and dye imports. That is so helpful. Thank you so much. What was your name?
I'm Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Jeremy Went. W-H-E-E-N-T.
Where did he go?
Sorry, I'm catching my breath after the fright.
So your daughter is Jemima went, then?
That's right, yes. Do you know her?
Do you know where Jemima went?
Yes, to work.
I see.
Thank you for your help.
When, Jemima?
Anybody have anything constructive to add to this conversation?
Please leave.
before we-
No.
God's teeth start grinding.
He locks the door.
Please leave. Not Jemima.
My God. Okay.
It's little moments like this that is the reason why Brad is such a great DM. You know what I'm saying? What a wonderful, lovely human being.
Okay. You
All right,
head out.
We're following the directions.
Yeah.
We go right, we go left, we go to the end of the street towards the tall townhouse.
Okay, so it's right then left. The end
Yeah.
of the street to the tall townhouse. Yeah, you come
That's
to
a big label.
a sort of so it's out of the market now, so it's back into sort of an open market road. Although this doesn't feel like there's too many shops down this road, it feels a bit more like an area that one might live in. A couple of the places do have little signs hanging outside, so it's quite easy to find. You see a sort of a crest that it looks a bit like a tree with some clothing hanging from it instead of leaves from some of the branches, and it says Willow Vale Textile and Dye Import Business, on a very tall looking townhouse shop hybrid looking thing. It does have an open window, but the glass is kind of smoked. What do you call that when you can barely see through it? It's translucent. I think the door is kind of ajar, and you open the door. There's a ding of a bell as you step inside, and you walk into a small but long room of filled with sort of colorful fabrics for the most part. At the back there is a sort of a low desk filled with ledgers, and behind that desk you see lots of pots with varying dyes and things in varying different sizes of pots, vials, and jars. There's an interesting smell as you step in as well. It kind of smells of spices in here, like strange scent of sort of imported spices as well. As you step inside, at the very rear of the room is another gentleman, probably around the same age as Jeremy Went, aging a little worse, rosy-cheeked rosy-cheeked elf with kind of long but very light brown hair pulled back tightly, and a slightly better looking set of clothing. Again, somewhere in the middle class is what you might guess as you step inside. As you do so, he looks up. He's got a pair of spectacles on that do that thing where they're kind of a semicircle that sit on the end of your nose for looking down. He was writing in a ledger as the four of you step in. Miranda kind of squawks and perches on something outside, like a lamppost, which, is sometimes frightens a few people around, and I think draws his attention to you quicker than the bell does as the four of you step inside. He waves a hand towards you, but doesn't say anything. Kind of, you're a little far away. Just assumes that you're probably going to peruse the fabrics before you walk up to him.
I approach him confidently, with a swagger only a silver tongue could have. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, we are here to save your daughter.
His entire demeanor changes immediately. He's presenting himself not too dissimilarly to the way that Rickard does, and the immediate mention of his daughter breaks down all of his barriers, and he takes his glasses off and says, "Oh,
Find.
Right.
Find. We're here to find
Okay.
your daughter.
Great. Were you sent on behalf of one of the guilds?
That's right.
Right. Okay. Now I've been through this a couple of times. There have been some adventurers that have come by that haven't been able to locate Tima.
Several guilds, I'm sure. And
Well-
several adventures.
Well, a couple. Yes. I think just last week. I've been sort of anxiously waiting to hear from them, and I assume nothing. Is that why you're here?
That's right. They haven't heard back from them yet, so you know.
Right.
But don't worry, we're much better at whatever it is we're going to do.
Okay. Yes, of course. Right. So I suppose that you'd like you'd like some information on precisely where and what Tima was.
I'm sure information would help us accomplish our task. It is a difficult task that only the most capable adventurers can complete, and that's why we're here.
Which is us.
We need your help.
Right. Well, yes, I suppose I filed with the guildsman's hall, the sort of the councilman. I know a chap on the council, and I asked him for assistance with the city guard at first, but they apparently they don't send any of their own troops and such along the Iron Route any further. They only patrol the route between Sunreach and Embested now. So then I had to speak with the guilds. So they've been very helpful, but unfortunately nobody has been able to find Tima as of yet. So I suppose they've let you know that she was lost along the Iron Route.
That's right.
They say that there are outlaws working along there, and they suspect that they were taken by these outlaws. Otherwise, they claim that if it was monsters or anything else, that there would have been evidence of the wagon and the cart, but there isn't anything. So they suspect it was outlaws, and they'd taken everything, and I suppose my daughter and whomever else with them.
So they
Yes.
were in a wagon with a cart behind it? Was it a
Yes.
big wagon?
Yes. Well, my daughter works for myself and my wife here, and she was simply delivering some of our wares, but first to Embested and then down to Valewyn, but barely made it a mile out of town.
Right. And was there valuable goods inside there? I guess you have some nice fabrics here.
Well, I
Probably.
mean, I can't imagine what they would do with them, but yes, it was predominantly clothing. We were sending varying clothes and such that we'd had made from some of these silks to the
Silk.
yes to the merchants in Embested and Valewyn. I mean, we've done it hundreds of times. I've made the route myself.
Well, I guess you got lucky. What does she look like?
Right. Well, she's quite young. I mean, you seem perhaps she's your age. She's 19 years old. She tends to wear relatively simple clothing, especially when we're taking these routes. We don't want to appear as if we have more than we do. When she left, she was simply wearing a simple set of traveler's clothes, a simple plain tunic, slacks, and a pair of boots. She's got quite short hair, same color as mine, a sort of a light brown, some freckles.
Okay. And how big is she? Like short or tall?
Well, I mean, sort of perhaps 5'5", 5'6", something.
Has she ever expressed any interest in running off with a scary orc?
Well, I can't imagine that she would have.
I
but,
mean, how well do you know your daughter? Maybe. Have you read her journals? Have you gone prying?
Well, I would never do such a thing, but I mean, there was a few things that she had mentioned, but she was very young. I can't imagine that she'd be very interested now.
Like what?
Well, my wife, Marielle, used to be part of your profession, in that for several years before joining our family business and becoming married to myself. She was an adventurer of her own. And it was nothing, it wasn't out there swashbuckling with pirates or, battling with creatures on the fringe or anything like that. But, she was more of a sort of a delivery girl than anything.
Right.
But she has some very interesting stories that she used to tell Tima when she was younger. Tima was very interested when she grew up in joining the adventuring profession. I'm sure you've seen all the advertisements around town for the varying guilds.
Well, why didn't she?
Well, we needed help around the shop, and it's a lot easier for.
So you made her join in the family business instead of doing what she wanted to do?
Well, we offered her a job, in a stable income, and a place in the family business is much easier than having to run off and train at one of these guilds and such.
Yeah, I guess.
Suddenly,
Kind of looking at him like he's crazy. Like, okay.
not like we strong-armed her into it necessarily, but she's always enjoyed my wife's tales of varying, interesting adventures that she might have had on the road herself. But I mean, if she was to do this, if she was to suddenly run off with a band of brigands on the road, then I would have suspected that she wouldn't have taken this job, and it doesn't make sense that she would suddenly just up and leave. And where's the wagon, and where's the rest of them? None of the goods made it to Emberstead.
Sure. Looks suspicious, I guess. Well, we're gonna try and find her, right? At least. But there's a little problem because, we're sort of dealing with another problem there, and this is kind of like an extra part, right? So,
I guarantee you, we will find your daughter. All right. Well, was there, did we talk about reward?
That's what I was... Okay.
Not yet. I've been waiting for that one.
Is there a
What
reward?
is the reward for finding your daughter?
I'm not too sure what. Is there due to be? I'm understood that this is your job and you're to be paid.
Yeah, that's our job. Yeah. This part's just we're gonna do this one part for pro. We're gonna do this one pro.
Wait,
Incidental.
I'm sorry. Did I misunderstand? Is the finding the daughter part of the original quest?
No.
I thought it was.
Well,
oh,
it
okay.
is.
Sorry.
It is a secondary objective.
I see.
But it gives us nothing in return.
The main objective is to sort of deal with the outlaws overall, root out the problem. Secondary
Right.
objective is that, someone came to the guild hall and was like, hey, my daughter went missing along there, which is what bumped this up. So they were like, look,
Gotcha.
while you're there, if you can find this daughter, here's an extra 20 gold, It's kind
Oh,
of
so that is built into.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, we were just curious if, sometimes people like to add a little something extra.
Yeah, like
to
The
just make
details. We were
sure.
here for the details. We don't need to be here for
Right,
the
of
money,
course.
Right? We're doing
Yes.
good to the
I understand. Give me a persuasion check, Ricard.
A persuasion check. I'm sure this will go well. Why? I'm so sorry. How come the things that I'm supposed to be good at, I roll so terrible? A 9.
And I really should have gone for charisma, shouldn't I?
Well, I'm sure that something can be arranged. If you're able to bring my daughter back, there's really no no price I wouldn't pay, but there's only so much I can pay. We have some family heirlooms. My wife has some interesting trinkets. If you are able to bring our team back, we'll certainly bring you something. We'll offer you. We'll find something to.
Oh, I love trinkets.
Say no more.
Sweeten the.
Don't worry, Baron. And I pat him on the shoulder. We will handle this. Come, everyone.
I'm already
Does
following.
anyone follow me?
Yeah,
I'm
I
already-
follow. Snap my notebook closed and just.
Sorry, I was just doing my notes.
Thank you. And good luck.
I slam his door for him as he talks.
Do you have to duck when you? How tall are you? You're like 7 foot.
You're like 10 feet, right?
Oh,
You're like
No, I have
20
no
feet
idea.
tall, right?
you have to like stoop under every door frame, like.
I think
I'm
orcs are
35 feet
6 to 6.5 or 6 to
I'm
7
6
feet,
foot
something like
6 on my character sheet.
Nice.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's not that tall.
Yeah, it's not that tall.
It's not freakishly tall.
that. That was hilarious. Every guy just went, oh.
Except for mine.
Okay, look, for a human, sure, it'd be quite impressive. For an orc, I mean, kind of on the short side.
Wow.
Okay.
Leah, by the way,
Wow.
is 3'9".
Yeah, dude.
So you know.
That's true.
I think Thrak was 6'6". Wow. Didn't know you felt that way about him.
Never came out.
Anyways.
Okay, you guys leave the Willowvale textile and dye import business.
Well, I guess that's everything we need to know. So I suppose, do we need any supplies before we head out? Do we
I'm
want to do this
good.
today?
I don't know. We should do this as soon as we can, because then we could
I
get it
think we should
all
do it
started.
now.
Wait a minute. Yeah, because we have 3 days. And we should probably do this, and if we don't do it, we die or whatever, and then we still have time.
And then we can have a
or-
rest.
Or we just won't. And
We're
then we
not
can have
going
some
to
rest.
die, new guy. Come on now.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, like, well, if we have 3 days to do it, right? And then we could, while
That's
we're
right.
doing it, we can mull over if we want to help 10 cuts.
guess-
Also,
Yes.
I couldn't help but notice and slash hear that the Tima was on a shipment and then got taken away or whatever. Why don't we maybe do the same sort of thing? Maybe make we go get we
like
use
a
some of these
decoy?
coins and we go get a wagon and we go get maybe some blankets, maybe some donations from here,
And
and
dynamite.
then what was that?
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Dynamite
When
from
you
the
say
card.
diamond mine,
Dynamite.
No, dynamite. What's that? What is this word?
Explosives.
Oh, explosives. Yeah, we could do explosives. We could wait.
you
Isn't
want to
this
set an
gonna-
explosive train?
No, I don't think we want to do an explosive drive. We could do
Who's
an
driving the
explosive drive.
wagon?
Not
I
me.
don't-
Oh, I suppose you want me to do it because I'm the only one with the performing arts background who could successfully pretend to be a merchant driving a wagon. Is that it?
Yeah,
Yes,
Well,
that's
fine, I'll
exactly
do it, but
actually.
I expect you all to respect my ability. For once.
Well, I couldn't.
I
think of-
start going
couldn't
through
cast
costumes in my
anyone
bag.
Else.
Oh, yes, this would be
I
perfect.
wouldn't be able to cast anyone else for this role. I think, but we don't.
I have a
to
straw
do the
hat that I put on.
explosives. Which one should I be? I don't know if we should do explosives or if we should just hide in the back. You know, we can all just hide in the back.
I honestly, I think us jumping out of the back of a wagon is probably going to be a
Be like,
horrendous way to
"Hey,
deal
we're here
with
to talk.
a bunch of outlaws.
Well, I just
No,
like,
that's. I thought we
hey,
were
stop.
blowing them up. What's going
We just
on?
Scare them. Well, we could blow them up, or we just get out. We don't know if we want to. We could blow them up. I mean, that's
Well,
probably the best way to. Just,
I mean, how much does
get
that
rid of
even
them.
cost? Like, how much does dynamite
I
got?
don't know how much. Well, I don't know about the dynamite, but the wagon.
I don't know.
You know, I don't want to eat into our profits too much. Otherwise, what's even the point?
For this, don't
You
we?
don't know how much it costs. What if it costs 100 gold? That's half of our profit.
It was simply a suggestion.
Okay,
Good
well,
suggestion.
I think, what if we just sort of snuck through the woods? Yes? Just sneaky. We could have Miranda maybe scout ahead. Give us a good look at things, right, Gotti? Patting him on the chest. Right, Gotti. We could have Miranda scout ahead for us. Then come back, tell us where they are.
Miranda can't talk.
But you can communicate with Miranda.
I just stare at him.
Right, of course you can. So, we maneuver around. We take them down one by one using our varied skills and abilities. And then all that's left is the big orc and maybe like one or two slouches. And we save the girl.
What if
Right?
there's nothing to save?
Plan
Which
set.
is why you should stop using the word save.
Yeah, we bring
because
back
what
her
if she's a
bloody
pile of
dress or
bones?
whatever. Yeah,
if
then
she
we
did?
bring that back and say, look, we found her. Give us something.
Right, it's a different
Lay her
kind
to
of save.
rest
It's like
now.
We're saving it. You know, we're saving it for later. We're saving these bones. Right?
Yeah,
It's
well,
still
now they
saving.
have something to bury and they can move on. It's good.
Yeah, we're
Don't,
saving this
Okay,
for the
don't
future.
okay.
try and bring this
What
down.
about-
It's still good.
Okay, well, we need to just think about an exit plan because if we're bringing a wagon to them and we blow it up, then how are we
I
going
don't
to get
think
home?
we're doing that anymore. That's too expensive, right?
Right.
Did you not listen to my plan?
I'm still going
No,
through the pieces
I
in
wasn't
my
paying
mind
any
right now.
attention to anything you were saying.
Okay.
Dynamite. How
Well,
can this
follow
fire?
me. We've got
50
this.
gold.
Let's go.
Well, we can get one potion.
Okay.
How? So, I actually have a question for you, Brad. If this is a silver mine, I might actually know something about it.
Okay.
Is it?
Roll me a history check.
Okay. If it's any
Sure,
other
never
kind of
mind.
mine, I would not know anything. A 9.
It's
Wow.
probably not a silver mine since you don't know
Okay.
about it.
Right. Okay. But with a 9, I'm assuming I don't even know how far away it is, but I know it's somewhere in between here and Emberstead, which is about how far
It's
is Emberstead?
yeah, it is. So I'll probably add the road to this. I did mean to add minor roads to it.
It's an iron forest, right?
So it's between Eldessa and the road on Sunreach. So it's that is an explosion goes off.
Dynamite explodes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 35 gold for a wagon.
So here. By the way, this is in days. You can measure this in days.
Wow, that's really cool, man.
So there is a road that basically goes here, like this, or kind of a little lower, like there. That is an old route it's still a road. There is a road there that people use all of the time. It's just that the people prefer, it's safer to travel to Sunreach and then down to Emberstead, but much longer route. So you can take the Iron Route, which is this one, which is a little shorter, but you know, has more monsters, is potentially filled with undead, and obviously there's these brigands at the moment that are causing a problem. So it's somewhere along this route.
Cool.
Okay. So I would then tell the group that we would have to leave immediately to get there with any kind of speed.
They said that she was like a mile out of town before she was disappeared. So it's not.
Well, yeah, but that was
far,
4
right?
months ago. Who knows where she is now?
Well, yeah, it's going to take us a bit of time, so I think we should leave right away.
Okay, do you want to leave as is, or should we get a wagon?
Can we afford?
It's
A
35
wagon.
gold for a wagon, and I could look at it as an investment. The only thing is, we don't have a way to pull it unless we wanted Miranda to do it.
I don't.
Would Miranda want to do that?
Is she capable of that?
I don't know. looks.
I think this. I don't know. I don't think so. I think we should go with the walking, and have Miranda sort of tell us if there's people ahead. Surely she could communicate something that simple.
I look up and then shrug at you. And you just hear from the sky.
Yes.
She
I'm
can't talk.
confident. What?
Miranda is a bird. Birds can't talk.
Yes, I know.
But
But
Miranda
can't
pull a
you?
wagon?
Simple commands. What is the
Miranda's
point
not
of her?
that big. Miranda looks big, but is a lot of fluff and feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But Miranda is technically
could ride
small,
her.
right? We did.
She's small, yes,
Yeah.
which would mean
Never
that she's
mind,
about the
pull
same size or height as our short friend here.
Yeah, she's
She
about
just
the
keeps
same
landing on
size
small
as
buildings
Harwin.
and
New
it
guy.
looks
But she has a
okay.
wingspan and lots
wingspan.
of feathers and stuff.
A tail.
It's still a
Why
big
is it ever
bird dinosaur thing, but it's
Yeah, but
not.
not big enough for a wagon. We
Yeah,
have to
it's
get
not
a
a
horse and train and
full
stuff.
blown. Yeah.
I'm sure a horse would cost a lot more
And
than a
and
cart.
amount. Well, it's not necessarily the horse; it's the feed, because we have to keep feeding the horse. And I said horse. by
Right.
the way.
So this is too much money.
Well, who knows?
Well,
Okay,
what
we're-
is it? I'm sorry,
So
Seth. What do
we're-
you think?
We're walking.
Yes,
Do
we're
we
walking.
have any? Well, we can't afford dynamite or any reason to really get a wagon, so I guess we
Right.
should
Okay, all right,
just
okay.
walk,
We
right?
can always hijack a wagon. Let's not do that. No, that's a
No,
bad
that
idea.
would be bad. Yeah, no.
I say we
Um,
walk,
Okay.
and perhaps if we.
I would say hitch a ride, but I guess no one's going through that way anymore.
There might be. We'll see.
What if we get
Maybe-
like? What if we get merchants to sponsor us?
I will ask this question. Does anyone feel as though it would benefit them greatly if we were to maybe take a little time to recuperate from our journey to the
Yeah,
warehouse?
I'm exhausted. Oh,
I
black
could go for a
baboons.
long rest. I mean, yeah.
Does anybody
I'm
want to
tired.
rest for exactly 8 hours?
Yeah, well, we could leave under the cover of night, and maybe that would be better for us.
Ooh, not a bad idea. Stealthy. I can do that. I have a costume for this. I start looking through my.
For sleeping.
You have
It
a
is
costume
about
for me?
it is
Oh,
about
stealth.
3 in the afternoon.
Oh,
Yeah, so we could sleep until 11.
Until,
We don't
like,
have
midnight?
a
Yeah.
room though, do we?
No.
Have to go back to the. We'd have to find a. I say we find a place to stay near the Iron Road. in
Yeah, I mean,
town.
that shouldn't be
At
too
exit.
hard.
That's probably fine. Gotta be something. Or if there isn't, we could always ask someone who has a house there and be like, "Hey, can we give you a cup of gold if we stay the night?"
There's a
Or-
pretty big travelers inn near the city gate.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we go there. Look,
Yeah.
this place is lovely.
Yeah. If you could all just mumble and murmur as you walk away from the camera to close the episode out as we hear this.
As we all walk away. From
And-
the night.
And I told
Then
her
fade it down.
that that's how much it
Yeah.
costs.
Yeah. Yeah, that is where we'll end today. Next week we'll pick it up from
And then
from going to this tavern, I guess. We'll start with a long rest next week. The most epic way to start any session of D&D. We're scared. I saw a good TikTok the other day where it said every spellcaster after they've expended 1 or 2 spell slots is like, I think I would like to have a full night's sleep or something. Like, I don't know. It's like, I was like, yeah, dude, every time.
Boy, am I hungry.
Thanks
I can eat
for
8 hours.
watching, everyone. They have a quest. Well done. I swear to God, of all the quests I thought you were going to take, wasn't that one. Especially considering you guys were like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do like a combat thing or like get into a really hardcore thing.
Yeah.
I was
It's
like,
so funny how literally in the green room I was
outlaws.
like, Maybe we should do something like lightweight. We wouldn't pick death quests and things, surely.
Quest. There's all these quests on there that are just like, just do this thing,
just
help
really
someone
need money.
help a guy in town pick up a box, and you're like, let's go to the fucking outlaws on the death road. Straight to the death road.
We've destroyed those baboons and weasels, so I mean, like, we're 1 for 1.
Yeah, you're fine. You'll be fine. Maybe you don't need to fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Find
saying.
out next week.
Bribery.
Maybe you can bribe them. Maybe maybe all is not as it seems, or maybe it's exactly what you expect when you get there. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everyone. But first, before we skedaddle out of here, we do a thing every week, which is called, and then I'll run the title. Fake it till you make it. Which is the part of the stream where Orcish attempts to create a viral TikTok. We just fake a viral TikTok
That's right.
moment.
We're
Entirely on
creating
you.
a viral TikTok moment.
It's that easy.
So today, Halwyn is trying to get a squirrel in the forest to tell him where they hid their stash of nuts.
Who's the squirrel? Me? I guess so.
Okay.
Leah is.
Leah.
Look at her face, dude.
And action.
Okay, so here we are trying to get the excuse me, little nut friend.
Who are you calling a nut friend? Me? Is that me?
Yes, you. Yes, come here. Where are your nuts? You have
Can't
nuts?
just ask a lady where her nuts are.
Oh, excuse me. I must have been. Excuse me. I thought you
where
were
are your
someone
nuts?
else.
Huh? Where are your
I
nuts?
thought you were a different squirrel. I could have.
I run
I'm
towards
sorry.
him. I'm trying to run up his pant leg.
Okay.
Yep.
You're the
Go
size
ahead
of
and give
cat.
me a dexterity check. Just roll a d20.
Okay.
Run up my pen leg. That's like my entire self.
It's a 3. But the
A
most
3.
least dexterous.
Okay. You
Squirrel
run
level?
directly into his shin and hit your head.
I did.
Ah! It's like the little birds appearing around my head, like.
Perfect. How many hit points? Does it kill me?
No.
I think it hurts
You're fine, you're
her,
fine.
right? How much
Yeah,
HP does a
yeah,
squirrel have?
Probably 1.
Let's have a look. Do I have-
Yeah, she's
I am
she's
dead.
on death saving throws.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. And I try to shake it awake and I cast Cure Wounds.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
You heal it successfully.
hi, sorry about that. I really weird misunderstanding there. I thought you were a different person. A different squirrel. I didn't know that you were a lady squirrel.
What are your legs made out of?
Could you seen you and Glory.
They really hurt. Oh, you can have my nuts. Whatever, you can have them. Oh, they're right up that tree. Please don't kill my family. Please don't kill my
Because we've
family.
got
Please.
weasels and baboons we're fighting later, and these are probably going to be the.
Don't send them on me. I don't want to die.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Can I eat that squirrel now?
And cut. I mean, incredible work. Out of nowhere. Like the worst improv show you've ever been to.
Yeah,
you know?
this is like.
Can we get an animal? Can we get an animal? A
Improv
squirrel,
class.
okay. And can we get a motive? A motive wants to bite nuts.
Think nuts. Yeah.
Incredible
Well
work. All right.
Jesus.
I enjoyed it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to head out of here and record a green room session now. Just a reminder as to what that is. If you go to tablestory.tv/merch, there is a membership feed that you can join for only a few bucks. Can't remember how much it is. A bit like a Patreon feed where you get additional content from all of the Table Story shows. Predominantly, you get green room content, which means every single time there's a show, we end the show, say bye, and then immediately hit record and do a little post-show chit-chat about what that session was about or whatever we want to talk about. Sometimes we just talk about squirrels.
I think we should talk about burritos this time.
Might be burritos. and that is definitely worth going and finding and watching.
Yep.
There's also 2 session zeros up for Sidequest, in which the first one has us learning some stuff to do with Foundry and setting the initial system up, and then the second one ironically has a lot of nut biting in it, where we do some
Got a theme going on.
we did some faux combats, and there will be a 3rd session 0 that goes up eventually, and I will let you know, in which we have character creation. To be honest, might be able to do it already tonight. I thought it was going to be a few more sessions, but I think we're good. What does that mean? Who knows? Join the feed. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see you next week for another fantastic episode of
Sidequest.
Sidequest.
Correct. Goodbye, everyone. Say bye and wave. Everyone say bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.